Good evening, Internet. We have returned to your, they're not airwaves anymore, to your digital signals, to your binary decoder. It is I, Kadave, and I'm happy to be running London Calling, a Vaesen actual play here on Happy Jack's RPG podcast, and stream. Yeah, we're back. I'm very excited. This is going to be great. First off, this is a horror themed game. We may venture into territories that have uncomfortable things like gore and violence and the supernatural and things like that. If that makes you uncomfortable and you're not into that, I get it. Not everything's for everybody. Hope to catch you on the next one. And there's some new things coming up soon for Happy Jacks. So there'll be some new shows starting up fairly soon that I'm excited to watch myself. And yeah, you can find something else in our huge catalog of shows that we've done that are not designed to be quite as creepy focused as this one. With that, also, we use safety tools around here, so everybody in the group knows that an X, to use an X card to make a symbol, to just say X, all of that works, and we'll cut what we're doing and move on to something else, no questions asked. We've also set up a lines and veils before we started playing. I know I say this every time, but every show is somebody's first one, so we like to talk about safety tools because RPGs are supposed to be fun. That's what we're here for. We're not here to traumatize each other and cause problems. Let's go around and introduce everybody. Let's start with Kurt tonight.
Oh, hi, y'all. I'm Kurt. I use he, him pronouns. I'm going to be playing Jackie, the Texas Tornado Princeton. I'll find his voice before it's my turn to talk in character. He is the athlete archetype, and he is a boxer from Texas, living in London town.
Cool. Clara.
Hello, I'm Clara. I use she, her pronouns. I play Saoirse Sheehy, the writer archetype, wee Irish lass who is very allergic to Vaesen, and that has actually only proved to make me creepy. Also, my Wi-Fi is trying to kill this stream, so I don't know how to fix that right now. I'm working on it.
Do you blow on it?
I'm gonna sacrifice a goat in like 3 seconds. We'll see. We'll see when we take our break.
Be careful. It'll make Kimmy sad. Mitch.
Hi, I'm Mitch. You find me at Mitch Espicios, and I am playing Diablo, your normal, everyday, average manservant.
Fantastic. And Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing the occultist playbook. My character is Sean Jones, your friendly neighborhood real occultist, fake Welsh person.
Fantastic. All right. Before we get any farther, I want to do something I forgot to do last episode. And we need to answer some questions about improving the house. You guys successfully concluded that portion of a mystery. So we get to ask the questions about developing Rose House. So, first off, did you play at least one scene at the headquarters? Yeah, I think you did.
Definitely.
I think so. Yeah.
Did you encounter a new type of Vaesen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you visit a place of magic?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't remember going to Disney World.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think so. I was thinking maybe like her apartment lair, but it wasn't really magical. It was more just it was a lair.
Yeah, once you see one layer, they're all kind of like meshed together.
Do all the bodies and shit count?
Well, I mean,
Like,
that was
there's all this, like,
horrifying, but it wasn't
ritual
super
shit.
magic-y. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like bodies, like we see that every day in our real lives. Like, come on.
The
whatever.
next question: were you subjected to magic? Absolutely.
The magic of love.
Okay, you were subjected to several types of magic. Next question: did you bring any occult books or other important items back to the headquarters?
I don't think
I
so.
don't think you guys did this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start stealing more shit.
The next one: did you make important contacts? And I will say yes, you did. Was the mystery particularly difficult and epic?
Yes, the doors.
I mean, you fought the doors, and one of you legit died.
That's pretty epic.
Who died?
We'll give you that one. And then, did you solve the mystery? Yes, you did.
Woo,
So
go
that brings you
us.
up to 6 points. Plus, you had 2 points left over from before. So you have 8 points on which you can choose to spend some things to improve the house.
How far away are we from the pleasurable whipping room?
Pretty far actually.
Oh, gosh darn it.
Only because it's all the way down a chain. It's like you got to improve the basement, and then put in a dungeon, and then you can get that.
All sorts of stuff.
What does the basement give us?
Hold on, let me.
I think it's just more storage, and that's like as memeable as our whipping room is. I just feel like you can use anyone's room to like whip yourself, and then we can
Unless you're offering your room.
Isn't there a bedroom that you're not using?
Yeah,
Yep.
that could be the whipping room. Sure.
You know, honestly, if you guys want to spend the points on it and put it in that room instead, we can skip the basement improvements as far as I'm
Hell
concerned.
yeah.
I want to look at the other rooms really fast.
Didn't we
Sure,
start? Didn't we start on something?
You
Yeah,
added
we
the
had-
Annals of Society. That's the
And
only
we
thing
have
you've
other
added so
thing we
far.
added,
right?
No.
Or don't we have the surgery of first aid, an infirmary?
Yes, but that
We
came with
got
the house.
something.
Oh, did it?
No, I could have sworn we got
We got
something
the
else.
hospital, right?
Oh no, we have
the
a house
doctor?
physician.
There you go.
Did you?
I think
Yeah.
so. God,
Because
anyone
I
who
was
actually watches
dying.
the show, can you?
We did
remember?
purchase something.
I remember there was a lot of talk about a bunch of different things, but then
I had thought we got the physician because someone threw himself out a window, and we desperately needed to make sure he didn't die.
okay.
And then it was
Okay.
flavor texted as Jackie's.
Right.
I want to say horse doctor friend, but that's not what it is.
The veterinarian. Yeah.
It was my
Uh,
underground boxing doctor friend.
Yeah.
Underground illegal boxing doctor friend, yes.
Yeah,
Mob
his-
his mob doctor.
You know, the use.
All right. So that's fine. That's fine. But I like, so if you see something that needs the physician in order to be put into the house, you can go for that. That's good with
Yeah, because I thought there was something else that we can get because we got the physician, right?
Ooh.
Great
I'm
question.
looking. Compelling stuff, y'all. Was it a
Organ-
psychiatrist? No.
Is it organ trafficking?
Is that a thing we can do?
I mean, it's a role-playing game. I think we are limited only by our imagination.
No, it's not the infirmary. Oh, we already have the infirmary.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Right. That's we needed that to get the physician. So
Mhm.
maybe that was the end of that.
Maybe that's the end of
I
it.
don't
We can
think
do
that-
whatever we
yeah.
want now. I still want a botanical garden. We've talked about, aside from the self-flagellation tools, we've talked about a tavern, I think.
You did.
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember you
we
did talk about the
did.
tavern.
I'm cool with it as long as I get to be a bartender.
I don't think anybody's going to stop you.
I don't think any of us can stop you.
What? No, I have an employer. Everything bad that happens, you just blame the employer.
I was gonna say, we if we really want the self-flagellation tools, we can just keep them in Diablo's room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want to, if you want to buy them, I'm fine with you buying them.
Is there something else that would be more useful?
I mean, there are
That-
a lot
Hold
of
on.
choices.
Useful.
Hold on, we can get an occult temple.
Ooh. A cult temple, like a temple, a worship place.
First, we need the occult library,
I
which
think
I am
Yeah.
also in favor of.
I think our library
we-
is an occult library, isn't it?
No, it's just a regular library.
It is just a regular.
Hmm.
It has many occult things in it, but
We could afford the stable and the stable boy.
Can we
In
get
this
a
case-
stable man?
in this case, you would
Sure.
convert. I will convert that to be a garage and a chauffeur.
Oh.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah.
Because
Oh.
the book by default is set before cars are common or
Right.
thing.
Ah.
So I'm happy to turn that. I mean, unless you specifically want to keep horses on the property, like if
Yeah,
that's the
no.
choice you guys
Also,
want to
like-
make.
Don't want to like freak out a stable boy. Then he'd become an unstable boy. Yes.
Of all the times for my
So-
internet to work.
Why couldn't you scrap out during this moment?
You're
Um,
welcome.
To advocate for the occult library for a second, once per mystery, a player character can gain a free success on a roll for locating or understanding occult knowledge. That sounds useful.
That's
We need an occult book from a mystery.
We'll steal more crap. I feel like
I
what we're
will
being
say- I
told
will
is
say-
we have to steal shit from these Vaesen.
You've brought back enough. Like you have brought back some magic items and stuff. That's fine with me.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
So if you guys want to do
Then
the
I'm all
occult
for the
library,
library.
Hashtag winning?
so what I will do in that case is that you will get the library becomes more helpful.
Okay. So that's 5. That costs 5.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How much do the self-flagellation tools cost?
I think they're
Just really
I
curious.
think they're 4.
I thought there was
yeah,
like
it's
4.
$5 on
And-
Amazon.
Cut it out.
They are 4.
Oh, it is 4. So we're
So
1
you're
point
1
away from
point
getting
shy.
both.
You know what? I'll give you the point. I'll give you the point for a place of magic if it means that's the buy you're gonna make. Oh, hold on, I gotta fix things.
We have lost.
Claire's internet has decided to become a
Oh,
whole
no.
issue.
It's sabotaging us.
Coming back.
Oh. Hey, Claire, it would probably behoove you to I don't know, get better internet. I don't know. I was really just trying to put in the behoove. You're welcome.
It jiggled everybody around.
I know, and I've just fucked everything up.
Why
That's
are
all
you
right.
jiggling us?
Again.
Why?
Oh fuck, that's what's happening.
What?
At
Okay, I
least it
found out
seemed to
what's
have
going
solved
on.
the issue. All right, here we go.
Incognitos were still.
Look, I fixed this. We're
incognito
all back in
windows
our
were still
squares.
on.
Yes, Bude, I am the GM now.
Oh yeah.
It's the massive amount of cat videos that are being downloaded.
Mm-hmm.
Just eats up that bandwidth.
It's honestly all
Mhm.
of the porn.
Yeah.
That's what always like. Oh my god. Always gets you.
No, I know that's the joke, but who honestly does the downloading of that nowadays? Right?
I don't think it's I think like sometimes it's like I just want to look at it and then it's like, oh no, you want to download. And it's like, but no. And it's like, nah, I got your back, bro. And
All right,
you're just
Here you
like,
go. 1.7 gigs coming your way.
yeah, I got you, buddy. I know what you want.
So an occult
Ah.
library and self-flagellation tools.
What a nice combo.
Mm-hmm. What a fun place to hang.
I know, right?
But
Just horse around in here.
All right. So you have made your purchases
So wait,
on the
what did we
house.
get while I was gone?
You've gotten an occult library that gives a free success on understanding occult stuff or researching things. So the library has gotten better. It is more helpful. You may find related tomes and things you need mysteriously left out on the table for you. Stuff like that. And then the self-flagellation tools are finally in the party's possession.
Woo, guys, we made it. We can retire.
And you can store them in the unoccupied bedroom. Honestly,
And get flagellated.
you joke like that, Mitch, but when I played GTA Online, I set the goal like I'm gonna save up that money, I'm gonna buy that yacht, right? Like I'm gonna get it, it's gonna be great. And I saved and scrimped and I played like all the time and just built up the money to buy it. I bought the thing, and that's the last day I played. I was just like, I've accomplished the goal. There's nothing left for me.
Yeah.
Even though there's plenty of other things I could do, I was just like, nope, I did it. Yay, I'm done.
No, that's like on Final Fantasy. I play a bunny healer, and I keep posting on Craigslist for someone to get me a house, and I'll be their bunny boy. So I just kind of wait until that happens to get back to playing it.
Someday.
One day.
All right. Now let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that happened last episode. Or should we just jump into it without a recap? So Jackie
no
is even more
recap.
confused.
Yeah.
You can recap me in character as I walk in the door.
Oh yeah, where were you?
Explain what happened.
Kind of. Well, before we get into that, for the other three of you, let's do your experience points for your character questions from last time.
Okay.
So, number 1, did you participate in the session? Give yourself an EXP.
Yes.
Number 2, did you confront any Vaesen? I don't know about confront. You saw some,
Yes.
but
No.
it wasn't
They
really an
confronted my
antagonistic.
mom.
Right, but it wasn't really an antagonistic sort of situation.
That's fair. Okay.
So
None of us,
yeah, let's
none
skip
of us
that
have
one.
smooched a Vaesen yet.
That's
I
true.
can work on that.
Did you identify a previously unknown Vaesen? And yes, you did.
Yes.
Diablo's mom's puppies. Number 4, were you affected by your dark secret? Diablo gets to check that one this time.
Oh yeah.
Number 5, did you take risks to protect other people?
I don't think last game was very risky. Right?
You know
Pretty
what?
chill.
You did go to the Duke's house and present yourself to the son that thought that you were a group of horrible murderers.
Oh
That's true.
yeah.
So-
Because Clara freaked him out.
Yeah. Blame it
Yeah,
on
that's
Clara.
it. That's yeah.
It's definitely my fault for having irritable bowels.
Mm-hmm.
You were gone for an hour. Number 6, have you learned anything, and what? And I would say yes, you totally did learn that the Duke has been ensorcelled.
Oh yeah, and I don't need to breathe.
Yes, you have also learned that.
We also learned Diablo's mom is alive? Question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And almost as creepy.
Did you develop something in your headquarters? Not last time, but this time you'll get that one. And then did you perform an extraordinary action? And I don't really think so last time.
Yeah, I think we're pretty chill.
I don't
Okay.
know. Clara's character reenacted like all of the running scenes from Clue, basically.
That's true.
Yeah, you could just
Yeah,
recut
yeah.
my scenes to the Bell theme.
Frenetic music and
Mm-hmm.
and just Saoirse just running up and down these long hallways. All right. As always, 5 points buys you a new point in a skill. You're welcome to spend them on that, or you can buy a talent that you have access to from your list or the general list. And that's fine.
Ooh, we should
so
see
you-
if my mom wants to move in.
I think Hawkins would be upset.
Hawkins. That's fine.
Like,
I need to get
she's
rid of the
welcome to
butler
visit,
anyway.
but to stay, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's my mama.
Oh, she counts as a Vaesen. Never mind. Yeah, he could get
No,
grumpy.
not quite.
Then we can both be under my lady's bed.
I think that's even worse.
Make cookies and stuff. It'll be great.
All right. All right. She did leave you a present down there, you discovered.
Oh, what was it again?
Left you the protection, bone marrow protection line.
Ooh. Bone marrow. Cool. Yeah. No, that's
What you always wanted.
Yeah. That was on my Amazon wish list. Oh, that's dope.
All right. So now let's go ahead and do like a mini recap, and then we can jump back in when Jackie walks in the door behind all of you. So Sam?
Okay. Sorry, I was looking at talents. What
Oh,
happened
sure.
last time? Hawkins made a fancy situation in the house. There was a for the wake of Diablo, copious roses, lavish banquet, and immaculate setting. Hawkins has a flair for the dramatic. Outside, there was a long line of people parading through the house, each one in their finest attire and wreathed in sadness. A few approached the door but did not enter and retreated as Hawkins tensed. He tells us they're not compatible with the house. There's this soothsayer lady who's trying to steal my gig. She was slipping cards to everybody on the sly, so Sean conjured a snake and slipped it into her hand as she tried to pass off another card. There was a whole kerfuffle, and this lady is calling herself a soothsayer from Wales. Rude. There was a
There can
minor
only be
commotion.
one.
There can only be one. It's like Highlander. There was a minor commotion outside, and a lady with a silver cane and 2 Dobermans arrived, a full morning dress, and with a little bit of effort, walks over into the house to Diablo, whacks the table 3 times, and tells him to get up. He gets up, and thanks everyone for coming. People faint. It's Diablo's mom. He asks her why she's alive. And she says his appetite was too small. I wrote WTF. It's like, oh.
She's like, try harder next time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mom. Didn't finish my plate.
Sean tried to make friends with her, and so she gave her a polished white coin to use if they ever need help traveling. And she is going to be in town for a few days and promises she'll come to visit if she gets peckish. That's not ominous at all. Saoirse delicately asks some questions, and Diablo tells his mom it's okay to explain what happened. So she shows us her face. The lower third of it is bone. There's a whole chompy situation. And she tells us times were hard. He was starving and chose to survive at their expense. That's fine. She's not mad about it. She gave him a big mom hug, and her cane resonates oddly as it hits the ground, and she fades out as she reaches the street. Saoirse goes to church to deal with what the fuck just happened, while Diablo goes out into the night rain to search for Patricia. He wanders for hours, mournfully wailing her name occasionally. And then comes across a newspaper clue reading divorce at the duchy. In the library, Sean tries to research what Diablo's mom is and only kind of succeeds in figuring out that her dogs are black dogs. Diablo comes back with his newspaper soaked and cold, where he wakes up Saoirse. She kicks him and starts swearing, as usual. He wants to go to the Duke's to figure out what's going on, so she agrees to go with him in the morning, all caps. let's see. His mom left a little fine dust of bone marrow to protect him, which is nice. And he has a restful night's sleep. So we go to the Duke's, and at the residence, there's a lot of people taking stuff in and out. Sounds like somebody's moving out. We managed to talk our way in and to see the son, Adam. And he comes in and is like, "Why are you here? You guys tried to murder my friend." And we gaslight the patriarchy and tell him that that's not what happened, which isn't what happened. So we
It
gaslight
wasn't
him with
gaslighting.
the truth.
It was the truth.
right.
We were confirming what actually happened.
He doesn't know
I
that.
just like the phrase "gaslighting the patriarchy." It makes me
Yeah,
happy.
I mean, when you have the opportunity.
Yeah.
So he is a little bit sated by that our truth thing, and we get him talking about his dad's mistress. He doesn't know much, but he does take us to the Duke so we can ask some questions. And weirdly, the Duke doesn't seem to be able to give us any specific information about this woman either. So while Sean and Diablo are questioning the Duke, Saoirse decides that she has to go to the bathroom and then leaves forever and goes off and talks to literally every servant in the house. Um, and then finds somebody finally points her to the garage where she finds some women's lingerie and some of those yellow gorse flowers in one of the Duke's cars. So we know that Diablo's lady is now creeping on the Duke. So she comes back sweating and out of breath, and Diablo tells the Duke that she has digestive issues.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Upon which we promptly left and went back to Rose's house, where the police came to barge in on us. And that's where we are now.
What they want with us?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know, but it's not illegal to blow up a Duke's toilet. I'm just gonna say that now.
Oh, I mean, it depends on what the damage was.
There's this whole horrifying sewer blockage in central London.
Yeah. Some shit went down.
It's like okay, if you ever here's another caution, do this at your own risk. If you've ever Googled fatbergs, like that happen where like people pour oil and grease down the drain, and it starts out at your house, it's still hot, it goes into the pipe and sails on, but underground is cold and it congeals eventually. And I remember specifically there was some photos of, this thing that was like the boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it was clogging up a London sewer of this, and it was real gross, real bad.
Flushable
those
toilet
things are-
wipes are the same way. Don't use
Yep.
them.
The flushable toilet wipes actually go into those and make it way worse because they bond with the fatbergs, and it
Or-
just
It's just turns into a
Oh, a
fiesta
nightmare.
of suffering. That's what it's like.
Tight.
Yeah. Yeah. I warn you, don't look it up if you don't want to be real grossed out, because it's not
This
okay.
show gets weirdly educational.
Yeah. Looks like a Doctor Who villain.
Yeah. Probably it was actually, right? There was a little animated fat particles.
Adipose.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I
The little
remember
fat
that.
dudes.
Yeah.
Oh god, those were
There's
so
one in
cute.
here. Kate has a little squishy adipose somewhere.
Oh.
All right.
You said Kate, and I was like, thank God you didn't pause. You went right to the next part. Good on you.
All right. So you just came home from the Duke's residence, and there were some detectives and two uniformed police that were waiting sort of in the parlor. And Hawkins showed you in when you first got there. then we'll make it. It's a perfect time. You guys are just about to shake hands and make introductions, and that's when Jackie comes home.
And we all point at him. He did it and run. That sounds good.
So the second, I accidentally closed my list of people.
Not the list.
Now you'll just have to make up names.
Yeah, but if I make up names, then I don't remember the names. That's my
make it up every time.
Yeah, just every time it's a different. You're like, oh yeah, the police detective you met last time.
It's like, oh yeah.
Oliver Richards. He offers his hand to the first person to approach, whoever that may be.
Not me. Me and the cops don't go well together for reasons.
Okay. So is it going to be Jackie that just walked in behind you? He's like,
I volunteer Sean.
Yeah, I was muted, but I said I guess it's me.
Oh, okay.
Out of this crew, I would greet them. Hello, officers. How may we help you?
Well, it seems we've heard that you might have some information about a rather grisly scene that we've been investigating over in the theater district over by Piccadilly Circus. There's been some murders that I hate to be indelicate, but rather grisly affair and all. We're looking for some more information, and we were told that perhaps you and your friends here may have some information.
Oh,
help
how
us out.
curious. We are keen to help, of course, but confused about who might have pointed you in our direction.
Oh, well, we don't go giving out our sources and all that.
Yeah, who fucking snitched?
Oh, sounds like a reporter. What kind of information are you hoping to gain?
Anything that might help us find who might have committed these dastardly acts? And he gets a little more animated, like the more he talks about it, because it's clearly upsetting to him, even.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, well, certainly we are keen to find who is committing such an act as well. Terrible to have them running about the city.
Should that be when the door opens?
Sure.
Great.
Yeah, come in whenever you're ready. That's great.
Well,
So the door kind of like
the devil.
slams open, and you hear like sort of a shuffling stumble of cowboy boots in the entryway of Rose House. Where would I immediately see them? Or are they off in the parlor? Like, are they?
Well, they're like in, and the parlor is kind of like the library's off to the right, the parlor's off to the left. So crossing the foyer, you would see these people there. You would see that there's people in the parlor for sure.
So
and they would see you.
yeah. So Jackie comes in. He's got blood on his collar. His hands are bandaged. His eye is real swollen. And he's got his hat pulled way low. And he sort of grumbles by, sorry I was gone so long. I think I'll be in my room. And he starts.
They're looking for murderers.
And he whips around, hearing Diablo's voice. How in the hell are you standing there right now?
Well, he's feeling much better, Jackie.
With my 2 legs?
Better, he was dead.
He got better.
He was dead sick, is what I think you mean to say in front of our new friends, the detectives.
Like, yeah, he is very, very much like another killing. What?
No, I jumped off out of a window chasing someone I loved.
Oh,
Diablo,
And he
I
neared-
swear if this was one of your weird tricks.
No,
I
this
don't think
he
so.
got better. You look like shite. Do you need to go upstairs?
Well, that was the plan, but now I want to know what happened. And
My
what's
mom
with
visited?
what's the derogatory term for a cop in 20s London? Like a bobby? What would you call him?
sure. Or copper or
Copper,
Yeah.
Bobby Pig. I don't know.
What's with the damn bacon in the library?
Delivery?
sir. I believe we have some questions for you as well.
I don't have time for your questions. I got questions of my own.
Yeah.
Well, that's well
Diablo?
and good, sir.
Get over here.
Okay, are we hugging it out?
Yeah, he's gonna hug you like super hard.
Oh, hey, buddy. Oh, it's good to see you too. Did you want to kill these two cops real quick, or what
No,
are we
I
doing
don't
here?
want him. No, stop it.
Okay, all right. Just wondering where we're
How
at.
are you alive right now?
I don't know. I was sleeping, and my mom told me to wake up, so I woke up. That's yeah. That's pretty much how it went.
I,
Is that
I held
cool? Is this
myself
gonna make it weird
responsible.
between us?
I held myself responsible.
Why? I
Damn it,
jumped
you know
off
what?
out of a window.
Forget it. I'm happy that you're here.
I'm happy you're here too, buddy. It looks like you had a good night. Who'd you eat? Or sorry, who'd you fight?
I don't know. I kind of lost count.
Ah, that's fair. I'd love to go on that bender with you. Can we pretend I'm dead and then, like, I don't know, tonight do what you did?
No.
No. Okay.
I,
Just seemed like a good time.
all right. And he like tries to stand up a little straighter. I'm sorry, fellas. I seem to have caused a commotion. If you allow me to go clean myself up, I will be back.
Certainly.
Yeah, get the blood off.
And he'll like head upstairs.
And the even more bewildered police officer is definitely like, now I need to ask where you all were yesterday evening.
Fuck you, that's where.
Wait, yes, out of character. Yesterday evening was when we were during the wake, right?
Yeah.
We're in
Oh,
the
two
house.
evenings ago.
2
I'm
days
sorry.
ago.
Yeah. I
Do they
lost
need
the day
a
in my head.
warrant for this?
No?
Or are we at that stage where they do what they want?
Well, they're not trying to search the house or anything. They arrived at the house and the butler let them in.
Oh,
And
Butler? Oh my god.
And
Okay.
they've been waiting for your return, and now they have some questions. That's all.
Lady,
You are
may
not under
I,
arrest.
May I take them out? I can put them outside. I mean, until they come here with like some authority, I don't think we gotta do anything. So
No, I think we can be of as much help as possible to these gentlemen.
Are you sure?
Of course. We're all on the same side investigating, aren't we?
no.
Yes, but some of us are better
Oh.
equipped to handle these than others.
So you're investigators then.
Yes, of course. We were hired to look into the missing son of was it Essex? No,
Yes. Yeah.
the other guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. So like private detectives.
Yes, very specialized, of course.
Well, I welcome any additional help on this case, but we need to. I'm just trying to find any information because the just the number of victims and the just incredible violence that was visited there. It's just
Ooh, can you describe this violence?
and he kind of looks around and he's like, are you all prepared for such a description?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't want
the
to shock
things
anyone.
Lady Sean makes me do, like, I'm sure it's fine.
We're
I
in the
see.
occult business. He's seen quite a few gruesome things. He'll be all right.
Ah, I see. So, well, it seems that there were, and pray pardon, I don't recall how many victims were around the room that I described by their show posters, but I think it was 10-ish, something like that. So we'll go with 10. So there were
Good
10
number.
there were 10 victims that were missing stage performers from over the years that we found that had been left to, for lack of a better term, they looked a lot like mummies from the British Museum. And then the son of the Earl of Essex was found there as well. But he had been more recently and thoroughly mutilated.
Mm.
And there's something about how his body was thrown through a trap door at an actress and a young man that was visiting her.
Well, this person seems particularly deranged, and
Well, don't talk
Saoirse-
like that to the Earl. He died. Jeez.
Ah, yes.
No, the young man did not commit these murders. He was a victim.
Well, I assume, like, she was speaking in terms of the derangement towards the young Earl for his getting himself into this situation.
Ah,
Sure.
well, that's not the concern I have. The concern I have is that we were told that you might have information on what happened inside that apartment building. And the only way I see that is working is if you had something to do with what happened.
I was eating
However-
hash browns.
Why ever would we know what happened in that apartment building?
Well, it seems I have a statement that places you all there.
In what
By
capacity?
whom?
I'm not going to tell you that. Would put someone's life in danger if you are involved in this level of horrific act.
You would say that the scene and all of the people who encountered the situation that day, it was a particularly grisly and upsetting scene, yes?
Yes.
I have to imagine that anyone who encountered such a thing might be a little bit addled.
Oh,
Are we
possibly.
gaslighting more people?
I'm gaslighting this guy. I'm just doing it again.
Well, let's you could do a empathy manipulation.
Yeah, I can, especially because I have a talent that lets me use my inspiration instead of my manipulation. Oh God, I don't know where all my dice are. We're gonna just roll a bunch of dice a bunch of times, and I apologize. Oh, here's some dice. Nope, that's not it. We're gonna roll a bunch of dice a bunch of times. Yeah, I'm gonna roll 2 dice 4 times.
All right.
Godspeed.
Nothing. 1 success.
Woo!
All right.
1.
2 successes.
Okay. All right. Let's see how he ends up. Oh, all right. Oh. So
The gang goes to jail.
He doesn't seem to fall into the gaslighting trap that you use so effectively on the Duke's son. He
Damn it.
he seems like a very seasoned detective that knows how to be on the lookout for those kind of tactics. So he
Our
he
one
kind of eyes you and
weakness.
he says, "Well, yes, that's entirely possible, but our witness is definitely definitely right of mind." And directed us here, which apparently seems like a place where there's some bizarre things happening.
Not really.
I
No,
mean-
not bizarre in as much as most people. We've just had a wake yesterday here at the house, so forgive us if we're a bit on edge.
Oh, my apologies. But the question still remains, were you in and around the environs of, he gives the address of that apartment building, 2 days ago?
I'm trying to think of like how I can use my conjuring tricks to distract this man.
Use your conjuring tricks and then we punch him.
I don't see why.
Let's see.
I don't see a reason why, as like investigators who have been hired, we can't be like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we did this. We're there." Other than the fact that I'm playing a profound disdain for authority.
That's fair.
To be honest.
Yeah, we're like rebels. We got to keep that up, okay? If people know that we like, chat with the popes, we don't, we're going to lose a lot of cred here.
Well,
I
and
don't
in
think
part, we
so.
are better equipped. Whatever the fuck is happening, and I don't think they're just gonna let it go. But I don't
Also,
want them to
that's
get on
my
their foot.
future wife, and I don't want her to go in jail.
Also, yeah, there's Diablo's dick to consider.
Okay, fair. Here's what
If
I'm
you put
gonna
it like
do.
that.
Lil Diablo.
I think I'm gonna
Diablo.
try and Jareth the Goblin King these people too. So while she's talking to the police, I'm gonna pull out my like crystal ball and be doing the like hand juggling thing
Oh, yeah, okay.
as a
The
David
distraction.
Bowie
Bowie thing.
That would 100%
Yeah.
work on me. Like,
I know, right?
It's
like
over here, now it's
IRL,
over here.
if someone actually started doing that, I would just agree. Like, whatever
Yes.
they're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, man, the way you can do that, that's dope.
Mhm.
And she'll be like, well, of course we were in the area. We were following up on leads connected to the theater, looking for the poor Essex boy. And of course, the theater is only a few blocks away from the area you're describing. So we had to be in the area since we were retained to find the poor Duke's son. It is
I
only
see.
unfortunate we didn't find him earlier than your assailant did.
So, according to our information, you did inform the Earl that his son's fate. And I'm afraid that means that you must have been in the building before we arrived. So I need to know what you know about who may have committed these crimes.
Well, have you looked at the person whose apartment was full of corpses?
Yes, of course.
It seems that the name would be on the box, wouldn't it?
There was no name on the box.
Wasn't
you always
there
gotta
a name
label
on the
your
box? It
foods.
was like Aisling.
There was a name on the box, yes. When we
There
checked
was.
it.
And what was the name, may I ask?
I
Because
don't
we looked
remember.
into the
I
person
didn't
who
take good notes. One moment.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm not trying to put you on blast for like looking up minor details from sessions ago. the point of the question is that the name had been removed before the police arrived.
Ah,
But
Clever girl.
the
Isn't she so
we
smart?
looked into who was on the lease, the rental agreement for the property, and it seems that it's been paid in under the name of Mortimer Lewis. However, Mortimer Lewis died in 1899.
well, yes. And that wouldn't be the name that we saw on the mailbox. Which, out of character, assuming isn't her real name, I'm just gonna give them.
Mortimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you give
Cool
him
name.
the name and it's fine. And he goes, "Okay, well we'll look into that. That's fine." Now I am going to have
Unfortunately, we are
Go ahead.
just that. Unfortunately, we know as much as you do now. We had one name and you've disproven it.
I see. Well, I'm going to have to ask that none of you make any efforts to leave London while we conduct this investigation.
Well, of course, we're
Taken
still
under
looking for the
advisement.
assailant.
And if you encounter anything that might help us further, please contact me immediately. And he produces a card with a telephone number.
Oh, is it egg white?
No, it's
Phone.
not nice.
Okay.
It's definitely not.
Suspicious.
He's a police officer on a police officer's budget. He's not that well dressed.
Fair. Fair.
So, with that, please, again, if you remember anything, let me know immediately. And I would be quite careful if someone out there knows that you have any information. They might be keen to make sure that you don't share it with anyone else.
Hmm.
We'll be careful.
The same for you,
Always.
sir.
Oh, okay. He kind of he started to take a step to walk out, but then when you said same to you, he's like, and then he kind of walks off because he's pretty sure that was a threat, but he's not quite sure. Like it wasn't overt enough. But he and the other police leave the house. Yeah. So you guys are here.
Jackie comes back downstairs about as cleaned up as he can get.
What up, dirty boy?
All right. Can someone fill me in on what I missed?
You got to figure out a way to save Patricia.
Diablo, I don't think she's good for you. If
You sound just like my mom.
I actually think your mom would like Patricia.
Yeah, she would.
now,
Let's have
wait, your mom was here
Yeah.
and she told you to get up and you got up.
Mm-hmm.
Is she you know,
Not sure yet.
The house seems to think so.
Just a regular mom, like other moms,
The left lower part of the face being just bone and whatnot. Regular
Mhm.
mom. She gave me this neat coin.
Oh, all right.
She has a pair of lovely dogs.
Oh. Well, I mean, can't be too bad if you got dogs.
Yeah, see?
She was very kind. She didn't do anything offensive or.
So were you not dead?
I don't know. I know as much as you do.
None of us really understand what happened.
No, I mean, I guess sometimes the death just doesn't stick very well.
I guess
Yeah.
you'll have to try harder.
Who?
You.
Who's trying? Oh, why would I try harder to die?
I don't know. You threw yourself out a window.
For love? That's different. I wanted to follow her. When you find someone who understands you, I feel like you should do whatever it takes to go after them, right? I mean, how many
Now-
people can you say will understand me?
Listen, if any good relationship, you want the other person to be able to meet you halfway. Now, if she can't fly, don't jump out the damn window.
She might have carried me. And it worked out in the end. See?
She did catch him.
She did.
Maybe don't jump out any more windows.
Yeah, I'll unless she's there to catch me.
Still no.
You still.
We do.
I'm
need
pretty
to find
sure you
her.
broke your back. At least.
It does feel a little stiff, yes.
I have to be honest. If she can curb her less what's the word I'm looking for? Murdery traits. I think she and Diablo might be a good match.
They are a good match. It's just the murdering within city limits that's the problem.
Yes, but we managed. We talked it through with the leprechaun. We can talk it through the Glaystig. Yes.
I'm sure there's some dietary adjustments that could be made.
There's some things I've done.
Maybe you could teach her.
Maybe only bad people.
Ooh, like a Dexter Glaystig.
Yeah. Cannibal vigilantes.
Woo!
Yeah.
Everything's coming up Diablo.
But we do not want her to eat the Duke, so we should probably.
Wait, she's
And
trying to
she-
eat the Duke now too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I hold up. What is the lingerie? The stocking I stole from the car.
Did
That was
you
like a
steal
whole-
Patricia's lingerie?
You stole a whole set, I thought.
I thought I left. I like.
No, it's
oh,
just
you said-
one stocking.
Just the
Oh, it
stocking.
was just a
left the
stocking.
set.
Okay. Okay.
All right. I mean, it looks nice, I guess.
Oh,
Saoirse?
it was in. It's Patricia's, and I thought
Oh,
that
Give
we
it to
could
me.
use it with.
Is this weird? No, I don't want to be weird.
No, you can have it when we're done, but we're going to use it to track her. Yes.
I thought she was
Oh.
meeting us for dinner with the Duke. Remember?
The
Reservations?
Patricia?
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
the Duke's. Wait, hold on. Now I'm
The,
confused.
the Duke's mistress. He said he was going to bring his mistress
we
to dinner
fully-
with us.
We did.
She's
we
the
did.
mistress.
I was not there for that conversation. I'm having dinner
Oh,
with
yeah.
the Duke's wife. I forgot.
Oh yeah, your
Yes,
bowel movements.
you did arrange it to be at the same restaurant, in fact.
Oh, did we?
yeah.
Wow, that's gonna be a cluster of fucks.
Yes, that is what we planned, and I'm sure there was logic to it.
It's like the Vaesen episode of Cheaters. It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
What's the reverse of I have 2 dates to the prom?
Oh, you have no dates to the prom?
It's kind of the double. It's kind of the 2 dates to the prom, but worse. All
Yeah,
right.
one of them is going to eat you, so.
mm-hmm.
Don't judge them.
I'm not here to kink shame.
Exactly.
Anyway. So hopefully Patricia's just going to walk in and we'll be able to meet her. If we don't, we have a way to that we have a thing of hers, and I thought we might be able to track her.
Well, I mean, do we have a hound or something?
We could acquire one.
No, I guess so.
I
You
sort of
do know a
assumed we'd
lady that has
use-
2.
I sort of assumed we would use Sean's means, but yes, I guess a dog would work.
Maybe we could ask the ghosts of their victims to help.
Oh, we really could.
Okay, if the dinner goes awry, we go to the apartment and do a seance and have the ghosts help.
10 of 10. I'm here for this plan. Yes. Nothing will
Sounds-
ever go wrong.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I mean,
You ever get
I'm pretty
possessed
sure
by vengeful
those-
spirits?
I'm pretty sure those dibbles are going to be waiting for someone to return to the scene of that crime.
The devils being the coppers or the devils being the ghosts?
Wasn't it Dibble? Wasn't that the derogatory
Dibbles.
term for
You're right.
police?
It's such
Yeah.
such a cute.
don't
word.
fall in love. Oh my god.
Just
Well,
the
then
word.
we'll need a distraction.
Are you gonna go back and face your nemesis, the apartment door?
Oh no, we lose.
All right. Well, plan A is to have dinner and I suppose get everything out in the open, like some terrible program that may be on the radio at some point or in the future when we are able to see the radio and we confront people.
Hell
Sorry.
yeah.
So plan A is that, and then plan B is seance.
So plan A is go to dinner at a very nice restaurant with the upper crust of nobility.
Yeah.
And a
Uh,
glaze stick.
And a
and
glaze.
and a Vaesen mistress, and just try and tell the Duke, like, clearly she's a magical being here to ensorcel
Well,
you.
I think the
Like,
plan is to show her that someone loves her and that she doesn't have to do this alone.
And maybe reconnect the Duke with it's parent trap. We're doing a parent trap.
Hey.
Are we parent trapping people?
Yes.
All right,
I'm here
all right,
for it.
okay, cool. I just kind of wanted to have some vague idea of what the plan was.
I would almost rather just be possessed, but all right.
I mean, we could do both.
I mean, there's no stopping you. You could certainly try and see what happens. All right. So, is there anything? Excuse me. Is there anything you'd like to do during the day in preparation for going to the dinner? And Clara's all frozen up again.
Hmm.
Are we not going there for a fight? Like
No.
we're
Now that we know what she is, I'm gonna do some reading in the library on weaknesses for glaze sticks. Just in case. Sorry, Diablo.
All right.
Just in case what?
Diablo. I think she's bad news. I don't.
She feels okay. I too was a rambunctious youth.
She's not young at all.
Young in heart. I
Oh
think
no, we lost Clara again.
we give her a chance. Bye, Boo Day RPG.
No,
Sleep
hold on.
well.
And
Oh, look at Clara's puffy mouth. Oh, so cute.
The angry,
Yeah,
the
I
angriest
know.
face.
Oh, are we clipping that? Please, someone clip it. Clip that little face.
Internet
Aw.
rage. All right. So let's go ahead and do your research in the library.
Okay.
So when you walk into the library, there is a new reading table that's in the room. Like those big long tables at the New York Public Library, like we see at the beginning of Ghostbusters, right? With the lamps with the green shades and it's one of those, right? And in fact, the library is longer than it used to be. Like it everything looks the same, but this table has been placed in the middle and the room seems to have expanded to make room for the table. So all the other furniture is still there. It's not like things disappeared. It's just a bigger room now.
Sweet.
And you like, as soon as you walk into the room, you feel that the table has some kind of power, right? Like it has a thrum to it that you can sort of feel, right? So when you sit down to do some research at this table, it will help.
Awesome.
That's the new addition to your library.
It basically just has Google.
Kind of. Kind of.
Just
So
don't-
go ahead and make your what have we been using? Logic investigation?
Oh, can I use the library for the automatic success?
Yeah, that'll count, but you still make a roll.
Oh, I still roll, and then I
because
see.
you're
Got it.
going to
Gives
get
me
one
one.
success automatically, and then you might get extra successes.
Right, that makes sense. It's Monday. My brain doesn't work.
Hey,
What were
All
we
good.
oh
using?
my god, Mondays.
Logic and investigation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. Well, good job, table, because that's a 1.
So
Yay.
the table is the only success, or
Yes, the table is the
Okay.
only success.
All right. So
Yay, table.
you pull out a few books that you think might help, and you start poring over them, and it's just not going well, right? Like it's that feeling you get when you're trying to write a research paper in college and you're just not succeeding. Like you keep looking up for references and nothing's fitting into your whole narrative of your paper. It's just, yeah, it's not fun. But then the table reaches out to a shelf that you didn't look at and pulls a book and brings it back to the table and sets it down, is the best way I can describe it. You don't see the table doesn't have a hand, and like the leg of the table doesn't go reaching. It's just, that's what you feel, right?
Huh.
And the book just comes off the shelf and lands on the table in front of you and falls open to a page that has a little paragraph about Glaystings. The paragraph, the information that it gives you is they they are absolutely influenced by iron, cold iron, like the Fae.
Mm-hmm.
And they really, the only way to permanently get rid of one is
Fall in love.
to help make them mortal again.
Oh.
That's what the book tells you.
It
So
has no instructions on how to do that, though.
it doesn't give you specific instructions, but it does mention that they seem to have gotten their supernatural nature as a result of a bargain with the Fae, right?
Ooh,
So if
nice.
that bargain can be fulfilled, it would solve the problem.
Fulfilled, not altered.
Well, I suppose. I mean, if you can mess it up somehow, it would also have a similar effect.
I would like to recontinue my research on, I guess, supernatural law.
Oh, all right.
Considering apparently it's applicable to 2 issues.
Sure. So you can plop down at the table yourself and make a supernatural barristry roll.
Oh yeah.
Which I'd let you use logic investigation or logic learning, whichever one's better.
I think they're the same for Saoirse. She's just a nerd.
Nerd.
Logic and learning versus investigation. Yeah, it's the same. It's just 6 dice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 success. Thank you, Google.
So you rolled 1 success.
1 success on 6 dice.
So your research seems to go a little bit better. you managed to find a book that talks about the book is like, the title is like Dark Bargains, right? But it's very much written from like almost puritanical point of view, right? Like, any bargain struck with these evil powers, will consume you and damn you to hell for all time. That kind of fire and brimstone talk in the book. But it actually does give you some ideas about these bargains, right? Like, some general tips and tricks for avoiding being ensorcelled by the demon class. So
It's helpful.
it does let you know, and the you read through what you think is relevant, and it gives you kind of the information that it's not easy to break a bargain, but in terms of Fey agreements, you can mess them up, right? Like, if you cause one party in that agreement to not be able to fulfill their part of the arrangement, then it can nullify the whole contract, kind of thing, right?
I have multiple lifetimes of fucking up other Fae, so yeah, let's do this.
So that's one thing. But then, right as you're like starting to close the book, like, you lift up part of it to close the book, and the page falls open to another description that talks about specifically like demon bargains, right?
Ooh,
Not Fey
that's
bargains.
relevant for one of us.
And with a demon bargain, the only way out is to convince them that there's a better deal somewhere else, right? If you can offer something better, the demon will almost always take it, right? But getting a demon to break their agreement is much more difficult than Fey, right? Like, Fey, being as fickle as they are, they're very, if the arrangement changes, they'll take off. They don't want to mess. They just are done with it. Then demons are much more persistent, right? So if you just mess around with the bargain, they're not going to be as likely to just forgive and forget and move on. But it's much more guaranteed that if you find something that they want more or like better than whatever they bargained for, then you can get them to take that deal. Okay?
All right, I will keep that in my pocket for later.
Cool. Is there anything else anybody wants to do before we get to dinner time?
I don't think so.
I think I'm gonna check out the armory and see what kind of iron situations we got.
Sure. It would absolutely have a variety of including actual like iron daggers, right? Like, there is a selection of actual iron weaponry, like pre-steel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There is not. It doesn't appear that there's any iron ammunition to go in a firearm, for example. Like, that's not a thing. Mainly because of the physics of it, right? Like, iron would just jack up a gun barrel and not make it real good to use.
About like a length of chain?
Sure. That absolutely makes sense.
Do you expect this to get violent?
Listen, I just like to be prepared.
I mean, I absolutely agree. I had to ask.
Not gonna get violent.
I have a really no. I'm not gonna try to make this weird. I
mean, why stop now?
Is there, I mean, like,
Yeah.
this is a weird question. Saoirse has her like silver cross. Is it possible to switch it out for iron?
Well, your silver cross, is it specifically made from a place of actual faith, or do you wear
Actually,
it as
yeah.
jewelry?
No, it is her. Like
Okay.
she's clearly a faithful person.
Okay.
And it's
Dig it.
old, so yeah.
So you
Um,
know that it would actually work just fine,
Yeah.
right?
I have another stupid question, and this is sort of a weird. Clara doesn't try to bend the rules, but she is curious how far they stretch.
Okay.
Okay, so a traditional way to confuse Fae is to wear your clothing inside out.
Okay.
Is that
I mean,
something I can apply to this situation, or does Vaesen have set ways to fuck with the creatures in it?
I mean, there are some set things that are specific, right? Like
Mhm.
certain creature, like wearing your clothes inside out probably won't scare a werewolf away. Like they won't be like, I don't know who you are, I'm not going to eat you, and they run off into the night, right? But like
Yeah.
silver bullet would greatly affect them, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like maybe it kind of depends on what your angle is. Like, what's your goal with trying to wear your clothes inside out?
No, if we were like hunting something, it would definitely be a better way to camouflage, but we're
Oh.
not. We're going to be out in public. I just was curious about like whether Vaesen has like, this is how you kill this, or how you deal with this.
In some cases, yes, there are specific things, and that's where the kind of research angle comes in, like the fact that you guys have a chance to research things most of the time before you go fight them or deal with them. But you'll really only get the like specifics of exactly how to deal with something if you roll pretty well, right? Like one success doesn't give you the kind of information that's like, here's specifically how to deal with this problem, right? Like here's the surefire way to kill a glaystig, right?
Well,
like,
what if Clara turns her clothes inside out? I think that should give her bonus. Like,
how do you know my clothes aren't already inside out? I am bad at dressing myself.
Because I don't see a tag. Okay, boom.
This is long before tagless clothing, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, can Jackie find Sean in the armory?
Sure.
You okay with that? So he wanders in looking at the seeing you look at iron weapons, and sort of sidles up. How do you feel about Diablo's infatuation with this
Patricia?
Vaesen? Yeah.
Well, I think honestly they're kind of a good match. If we can find a way for her not to be murdering people, so that wouldn't, by being an accessory to it, come back to Diablo, I think they might be happy together.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay.
I'm a little concerned that her affections aren't quite as steady as his, unless of course she's just following his appetite.
He threw himself out a window.
He does have a flair for the dramatic.
All right, I just figured maybe, I don't know, look for somebody who cared a little more about him. But
Yes. I think my hesitations are yours. I would like to see her demonstrate her affections for him. Maybe not throw herself out a window, but
Is there another way?
show some interest.
We find another Boston.
well,
Diablo's Tinder is just pictures of him flying out a window.
Yeah. This is love. Whee!
I suppose we owe it to Diablo to give her the opportunity to prove him wrong.
I think we should try. The only way he's going to see this through one way or the other. We might as well be at his side. That
Right.
said, if you wanted to bring some something that made of iron to dinner just in case, I don't think that would be a bad idea.
Understood. Understood. And he sort of reaches over and takes up. Are there iron knuckle dusters?
Sure. Like that's not unreasonable.
He reaches over and grabs and hefts those, and yeah, those will do. Slides them in his pocket.
We're going armed to a dinner.
It's
Just gonna throw
actually
that out
more
there
like
again.
it's actually more like a set of like leather gloves with iron bands on the back, right?
Okay.
And I think
Does that
Sean
make
has picked like a length of chain that's not super thick, but like that she can wear as a necklace until I need it, just in case.
Okay. Sure. So not
So he'll.
Pirates of the Caribbean chain, but like
No, yeah.
An option?
sure.
Always go Pirates of the Caribbean chains.
All right. So with that, if everybody is fairly feeling ready,
Let's go on this date.
at the appointed hour, 2 cars pull up in front of the house. And they've got like 2 people in each car, right? A driver that stays in the car and then a footman that gets out of the car. And the 2 footmen kind of look at each other funny and walk up to the front door and ring, and they're both there for 2 different people, right? Like the first
Is it
car,
that meme from Umbrella Academy where they're like 2 cars?
Yeah, it is kind of like that, right? Because they're both like wearing the livery of the Duke's house, right? But they're now on opposite sides of a conflict. So like the one car is here for Saoirse to go to dinner with the Duchess.
Am I going by
and-
myself, or is this a girls' night situation?
Well, you arranged it for you.
That's
I'm
true.
sure if you
Okay.
tuned up with someone else, that's okay. But
Everyone else is there. They can go on.
so I'm sorry.
Go.
Everybody else can go in the other car. You're saying, or
If
did you wanna
if
ask-
anyone wants to, I don't know. I'm basically offering. Does anyone want to split the party more so?
I don't. Just in case you have another, I guess, time at the bathroom, I want to make sure that I'll be there on time.
Okay.
So
So the Diablo and Saoirse go to get in the first car, and that leaves Jackie and Sean to follow the footman and get in the second car. And they whisk you off to arrive at a restaurant, much along the design aesthetic of what you saw in the house already. It's the palm, right? So they've got a pair of palm trees, like full-size palm trees that are in giant pots on like what looks like a wheeled platform that they can wheel inside the restaurant during the cold weather months, so they don't just die in the London cold. But inside the restaurant, it's very much that light marble with tables and the pots with palm fronds sticking out of them in all directions and big fans that kind of move the air around. There's some live music on stage, but it's sort of soft background jazzy kind of stuff going on. But the stage is big enough that there could be like whole performances and big band groups and stuff there if that's what's on the docket for the night. But it looks like right now it's just a small like jazz quartet kind of a thing playing. And you're as you enter the restaurant, there's the maitre d is standing there, and he says, "Welcome. I have your table right here." And then he realizes tables right over here, and he guides you
Yeah.
into a room that is not out in the public of the rest of the restaurant, but sort of set aside for more exclusive clientele. And inside you can see that there's uh the Duchess is sitting at one table looking mad as hell, right? Just yeah, like
Is it because of the
she's
divorce? That would make sense.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
she's specifically staring daggers at the other table in the room that through the palm fronds that contains the Duke and his apparent new love interest, who is sitting away from you, but matches the description you got. So you walk up to the tables, and the Duke stands and says, "Welcome, welcome, please have a seat." And the Duchess looks at Saoirse and says, "I didn't realize it was a whole party."
I think there was a misunderstanding, but the more the merrier, right?
"Oh, yes, of course. Let us make merry." And you can see that she already has like 2 empty cocktail glasses on the table.
Oh, so many drinks.
But she gestures, "You can have a seat." And the Duke like says, "This is I wanted you to meet Miss Ella, my new love." And standing there is, it's definitely Patricia, but it's like the classic makeover movie, you know, like the classic movie moment where like the nerd girl gets hot by taking off her glasses and letting her hair down, you know, that, and then suddenly there's like a breeze that blows in the hair, and that whole scene is kind of what you see. Like it's Patricia but turned up to 11, right?
Oh snap! I'm dead. I'm sorry, guys. It's
so
over.
Diablo, you're gonna have to make like let's see, I guess it would be like a empathy vigilance roll to see how affected you are, because it is definitely like putting on the charm, right? Like, in fact, all of you feel it, right? And Sean, it definitely feels like a minor version of that stage magic, right?
Okay.
But
But
specifically
how hot
Diablo
is
being more
Diablo right
susceptible.
now?
What's that?
But how hot is Diablo right now?
Pretty hot.
Sure. I mean, yeah. He's Diablo hot. Like I didn't you didn't specifically say that you were doing anything in particular.
Yeah, I mean, like,
like
he's his normal amount of hotness.
Sure.
It's like,
yeah. But
can I just choose to fail? Because she's everything.
You can absolutely choose to fail.
I'm single and ready to mingle.
I guess. So here's what we'll do. Mark yourself with hopeless as a mental condition.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna take that to mean specifically
hopelessly
like
in love.
Hopeless, yeah, over the moon, you know, head over heels,
hopelessly
kind of
devoted.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's
in
up,
this
girl?
case.
I see what you're putting down, and I respect it.
And the rest of you actually do see that she like kind of cracks a smile and like looks specifically at Diablo, but like doesn't reach out, right?
Oh, I should have wore my flesh mask.
Okay.
But the Duke says, please, welcome. May I offer you anything to drink? you know.
I don't think
All
you
of them.
have
So many.
enough water to quench my thirst.
Oh, see. Well, perhaps some milk. If I remember correctly, you enjoyed milk.
Yeah, I enjoy milk.
Ah, very good.
And I'll have a just like a whatever is the most popular cocktail of the time. I have no idea what that would be.
You could get like a
Get a Sazerac.
what's that?
Sounds great.
Like the bartender's worst nightmare. Somebody ordering like the Ramos Gin Fizz,
Oh, the Amaretto Sour.
because like that it's an egg white cocktail and they have to shake it for like 10 minutes
Oh no.
to make one. Like a lot of times places that serve them will have like employees that are just shakers, right? Like the bartender will mix the drink and then pass it off to a like understudy whose job is just to shake.
Oh no.
Oh.
But they're super cool because when you put them in a Collins glass, like you pour it and the egg white actually turns into a foam and the foam grows out of it, almost like elephant toothpaste. If you've ever seen those YouTube like science experiments, like it grows
Crazy.
tall. They're super cool and they're delicious.
It does sound dope.
Yeah. You get whatever cocktails you want. It's fine. And it seems like the Duke and Patricia are drinking champagne. Like there's one of those buckets with ice between them. And the Duchess orders, another. I don't know. Let's see. She's probably just drinking whiskey, right? Like on the rocks.
I think
Everclear.
Saoirse.
But they're coming
Saoirse
in like
points-
tall glasses.
That's a lot of apple juice. Nope. Saoirse points to the 2 glasses on the Duchess's, like at her side, the side, and like 2 more. 4. Looks at her. 4 more.
Very good. And the guy goes off. And, he brings back cocktails. And for the Duchess's table, he just brings glasses and leaves a bottle of whiskey. Like, there you are.
Good man.
Oh, and like brought like a whole bowl of ice, right? With the
Fair.
little silver tongs and all that. So, thank you for coming. I'm so glad you get to meet Ella, the Duke says.
Yeah, she is a visage out of wildest dreams.
Well, I quite agree.
Yes, Miss Ella. You do look familiar. I think we may have met before under different circumstances.
I don't recall.
Oh, how curious. It must have been one of the seasons.
Indeed. Those events, so many faces. I apologize. I've never been good at them.
I'm gonna tip my hat and introduce me. Jackie Princeton, Texas Tornado. Perhaps you've seen me box.
Oh no, I can't stand such a violent sport.
Oh, I think
But
a lot of
I
people can
admire-
become accustomed to it.
Perhaps. Maybe if my love takes me, I could be bolstered.
Mm.
Feel brave enough
mean-
to attend.
I'd love to take you any time.
Okay.
Closely, we are watching her reaction to that.
Hold on. Let's see.
Oh my god.
I gotta look at her stats.
The
Oh.
hard part is I don't know if she Can I just do like a flat empathy roll to find out if she actually has any feelings for him? For
Well,
Diablo?
that would be empathy observation.
But don't tell me. I don't know if I can handle the disappointment.
I don't think you'd believe me if I told you.
This is fair.
Okay. She, after you say that, she kind of giggles a little bit, and she goes, "Oh well, that would be fine as long as you know we could all go together, perhaps." And she's gesturing at the Duke, like maybe we could all go make a venture of it. How exciting!
I think that would be nice in some places, but I think the things we could do if we went together, that there'd be conversations only us could have.
Like, so are you trying to say this subtly without like?
Nah, I'm not. Come
You're-
on.
okay.
Come on. What do you
Diablo
think?
is not subtle.
Yeah.
I just wanted to double check. I just wanted to double check, and
He's like, I'm stealing your girl. Deal with it.
So like the Duke kind of like gets a look, and he's like, "Well, I would certainly be fine with us all going, but I don't know if a unchaperoned adventure would be altogether proper."
Are you worried that someone might be unfaithful?
It would not be proper.
Oh shit.
All right.
Not least. I
You notice one of the glasses is completely empty already.
I think
So
you just
short
made
fast.
friends.
Like this is straight up social combat. Hold on.
Yep.
I know, right?
Yes, we've turned it into a vampire. Let's go.
All right. Go ahead and make go ahead and make an empathy manipulation roll.
All right.
Wait, which one of us?
Let's do Diablo first.
1 success.
Okay.
And I'll also punch him if I can't win via social combat. The threat of violence is always right behind.
Okay. So he kind like you see that he starts to get a little defensive, right? And he's like, "You know what? I'm sure that would be fine. I trust Ella with my heart." And she kind of like gives him a look and like pats his arm and comforts him a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look. You could trust her all you want, but I think there's only one person at this table who understands her. You know, who understands what it feels like to bite into ripe young flesh and just really tear into it. You know, a real rare piece of meat.
Oh, are you a hunter
Yeah, I
as
am.
well? I see.
I
I
am.
see. Well, yes, we've actually been talking about taking a hunting trip.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, you know, I'm a butler. I could come by, show you some tricks, you know, and maybe you can take this this noble piece of meat with you, and you know, we'll see what happens.
All right. Yes, perhaps we
like
could do
looking
that
at-
sometime.
I'll look at Lady Sean.
She's just shaking her head at you.
So, then Saoirse, go ahead and make your empathy manipulation roll.
2 successes.
Two.
Ooh.
Okay. And you're gonna have to refresh me about what how you phrased it exactly.
Oh, I just said I basically like you don't trust your new girlfriend.
Very good, very good. So he kind of like turning away from this discussion that got weird about going hunting.
Did it get weird? I don't remember.
Well, not for you. It did for him.
That's fair.
Two people in the same room can have a totally different discussion with each other than they think. So he turns to Saoirse, and like you can see that he actually gets a little crestfallen, right? Like he gets a little bit like, well, of course I do, but it just, I meant that it just wouldn't be proper to not accompany her on any kind of adventures like that, to places of boxing and fighting and that kind of thing. But game mechanically, you have wounded him.
Oh
We have to do
yeah.
special combat. Uh, it's fascinating. Just how bad. Are you worried something will happen? After all, you're right. It isn't it isn't proper to be around, to go out with a woman when you're supposed to be spoken for or being watched, I suppose. That's a better way to put it. Maybe you have other O's that you've made. And I give a
Well,
really
yes.
like a tipsy wink at the Duchess, because why not?
Hey,
Winksy.
Listen,
hold on.
yeah.
Do another, do like another empathy roll, just empathy. Because I want to see, like, specifically if you're pushing yourself into tipsy, I want to see if the Duchess misinterprets what you wink like.
Ooh.
Winky
One
winky.
success. This is
One, okay.
all I do. Can't punch worth shit.
Okay. So like the Duchess just starts to laugh. She's like, she thinks that it is hilarious. Like it starts off with like a low kind of like a giggle kind of a thing, and then she just lets it out, right? Like she just starts laughing like, and then you kind of wink at her and she gives you a smile and she's kind of like,
Aww.
on, like she is so happy that someone's here on her side, right? Like she is very excited about that.
I mean, I'm helping too.
Yeah, absolutely, but like you're not
Yep,
going on the
you are.
attack like in the
That's
same
fair.
way. Yeah.
I mean, hey, we could throw down. We can go on the attack.
I want to use, so with my points from the beginning, I purchased a new talent.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure how it works,
All
but
right.
it's called Strike Fear.
Ooh.
Oh.
I.
It counts as a slow action, and it doesn't work against Vaesen, who isn't who I want it to work on anyway. You
Okay.
choose a victim in your zone. Targeted NPCs must pass a logic or empathy test. And let's see. Their role gains bonus dice equal to the number of friendly individuals in the same zone. So I'm targeting the Duke, and I don't think he's got a lot of friends in this room.
All right.
Basically,
But
what I wanted.
oh
Go
yeah.
ahead.
No, tell me what you want to
So what I want to
want to
do
happen.
is to kind of have one conversation while having another, is like pull out my crystal ball and show him, kind of like start talking to him about maybe doing a seance or something, like mystical abilities. And I'm going to kind of put it in front of his eyes in a way that he can see Patricia through it.
Okay.
Because what I want to do is start sowing some dread of like, who is this woman? Like how, like sometimes the things that we hold dear to us aren't quite what they appear, and some, like there can be monsters lurking within your very midst, and I could reveal them for you if only you could see the things that I see, like kind of start sowing some like there be monsters here ideas in
All
his
right.
head.
All right. Yeah, okay. All right, go for it. So let me roll his logic, because I think that's the angle he would try and resist from,
Sure.
right? I am going to give him one bonus die because he does have Ella, his new love, here with him.
Sure.
But he did not succeed at any of those. So you like produce your crystal ball and you hold it up so that like in the refraction of it, right, it shows Ella's face, but it shows her face unmasked, right? Like you managed to do that. And he kind of like he does the like push his chair back from the table real fast. Um and yeah, he clearly becomes afraid, and like he looks, after seeing it in the crystal ball, he looks directly at her, and then he's confused, and he's kind of like, well, what, I don't, what I what what, listen, you're just trying to confuse, you've all come here, you are all probably working for her. And he points over at the Duchess, right? And he goes, you, this is not at all what I had planned. I thought we were here to celebrate and to have a nice meal. But now you've all come and you've brought your evil visions, and you've spoken badly of me and my new love. Ah, oh. But clearly he is shaken.
Yeah.
I,
Kinda
for one, am
wanna-
having a great time.
I think this person has the power to like have us thrown out, right? So I want to calm him down just enough that we can keep giving him shit. So
good on you.
Now, sir, you mistake our intentions. We only seek to show, to speak truth. We only seek to share what the true glory of what love could be. And I think that sometimes really powerful emotions can scare us. They can throw us off and cause us to doubt ourselves. Would you say that's true, sir?
Well, certainly.
And it can be really dangerous for you to sort of just throw it all away on faith that this person is who you think you are, but in the end, sometimes you can't help yourself, can you, sir?
Well, no, love is a powerful emotion.
Really is. But you never really know if it's real on both sides. And I'm starting to talk to her.
Okay.
And it's so, you just have to risk it, right? You just have to throw yourself out there and hope that the other person wouldn't hurt you.
Well,
Can I
that's
do
quite
an-
true, yes.
Can I do my empathy observation roll now?
Sure.
I got one more barb and then I'm done.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make the roll, and you
I rolled
finish
just
it.
so many dice. Yeah, while he's finish your statement, but
But I'm sure that Elle here wouldn't be the kind to hurt someone who really cares about her. Now, would you, Elle?
Well, of course not. But like, it is absolutely the like. Without
I
even
am
a roll,
threatening
like,
her
it is-
that if she hurts Diablo, that I
Oh, okay, all right. Well, if you're gonna target a social attack like that, sure. Let's do empathy manipulation.
yeah.
Hell
And she's
yeah.
seen me box, so I get +2 dice.
Sure. I mean, you did punch the crap out of her, like when she tried to run by you.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lovely family.
All right. This is a don't hurt my friend. hurt you. Oh, that's 4 successes.
Oh my.
Woo!
Okay. Let's see. Hold on. I have to roll to see how she feels about all that.
What is our end goal here?
I don't
Well,
know.
my end goal is just to hurt
Oh.
Diablo's feelings. I don't even know why we're here.
That's
My end goal is to get Patricia to dump the Duke and not eat him and go out with Diablo.
Yeah, I'm hoping
My
that the Duke will
goal-
just reunite with his wife.
Yeah.
Okay,
my
we're all on the
goal
same
is
page.
to
Okay.
have her fall in love and possibly eat this person.
So you're not all working at exactly the same purpose,
Close enough.
and that's fine.
Yeah, I mean it's about the same. It's about like
Yeah. The
Yeah.
first stage is the
pretty
same,
much.
but from there, you guys are on 2 different rockets, going 2 different directions. One is just leave the Duke alone, and one is no, we should eat that fool. All right.
Eat the
Uh,
rich. Let's do
so-
it.
So your roll was good enough, and her roll was bad enough that like you actually see like as you say this and like look at her, you actually see like a tear form in the corner of her eye and drip down, and she stands up from the table and she goes, I never wanted to hurt anybody, and she runs out of the room. Right? Like she just goes for the exit. And the Duke is like, "What?" And the Duchess is like, "Yeah, suck it."
I high five the Duchess.
I'm gonna run
I'll
after,
chase after
Ella.
her.
Yeah.
Is there a
Okay.
window I can go out? No, I'm not gonna go out another window, but
Well, go ahead and roll a physique agility to see if you can catch up to her.
unless there is a window I can throw myself out of, because I know she'll catch me.
Well, no, you're on the ground floor here. You could throw yourself out a window, but it would not be dramatic.
Damn it.
You'd be like, "Ah!" Thump.
It's like, oh, the first floor. Okay, this isn't bad. This is fine. I'm fine, guys. This is no big. 2 successes.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
Oh, no successes.
Okay.
I only got three dice to run, so it's more of a slow jog.
All right. So you stand up and you start to hustle after them, but Diablo like leaps from the table, tears out of the room. The Duke is like just standing up, right? Like he was kind of shocked and discombobulated. And the Duchess again, she's just laughing now, like openly laughing and like taking big swigs and just clearly she's tore up and having the time of her life, right? Like this is the best thing ever. But Diablo, you get out of this like private room and you see Patricia like go through the swinging door into the kitchens, right? Like into the back of the restaurant. And you run in there, and then it is like the stereotypical like chase scene that always ends up going through a kitchen, right?
Oh yeah.
In a
We
movie
eat
where
everyone.
like there's tons of servers that are trying to balance huge trays, and she runs by one, but like you're caught up with her, right? Like you guys are moving at the same speed through this chase, but I'd like both of you to make well, I'll roll for her obviously, but you roll another agility, a physique agility, to see if you can make it through the kitchen without causing a whole chaos.
2 successes.
So how'd you
2
do?
successes.
Oh, you're on mute.
No, I think I heard you.
Oh yeah. I
Nope.
don't think I am.
You're not.
Or maybe
Apparently-
I'm just. Yeah, 2 successes.
I screwed up my headphones.
Oh.
Wireless
Hello
headphones
again.
are awesome until they die.
I know, right? Hi,
There we go.
Dave.
Sorry about that.
It's your birthday.
I don't even know what I did. Yeah, okay. So how'd you do on your roll there?
2 successes.
2, okay. So she like runs and like dodges under like Matrix leans back underneath the first server
that's
with this
dope.
whole tray of food, and you just kind of you're right on her tail, right?
Yeah, I just like clothesline a server, like bam. Let's roll.
Okay. Then she like somebody has just opened an oven, right? And is like about to reach in, and she like steps up onto the oven and then like onto a griddle top and leaps over to get to the back door. And you are right after, like, again, you're totally right there. But she gets to the back door and is like going to open it because this is obviously how this has to end. And fumbles, right? Like she goes to reach the door and whiffs it on turning the knob and impacts with the door, right? And you
Fucking doors.
you run
I
right,
know,
like,
right?
yeah. You run right
I
into her.
understand.
Like, so you guys are both right by the back door, and like she has hit the door and kind of rebounded backwards into you.
Are you okay?
And you're standing right, and she's like, when she turns her head, you can see she's just openly crying, right? Like she's just tears are flowing, and she's like, I never meant to hurt anyone. You have to believe me.
I believe you. You're a much better person than me. I've meant to hurt a lot of people, and I still do at times. But if you want to go out that door, that's fine. I'm just trying to give you another option, a safe place for you to rest your head, and maybe we can work through some of these things together.
I get so hungry.
Me too. I ate my mom and my dad.
Very, very many people.
Well, maybe there's a way we can do it where you don't kill as many people, or we kill the right people. I get hungry sometimes too, and I nibble on some people. Maybe you can just bite me a couple. I could lose a few pounds.
Okay. Like at that point she like does like completes her turn and looks at you and goes, "You would risk yourself to help me?"
Yeah, I would. I
Um
thought something here, right?
and she takes a second and wipes her eyes and like just like soul gaze looks you right in the eye, and she goes and she leans in and goes for a kiss, right?
Oh yeah,
Just
he'll
100%
do what
goes
he's
for it.
been taught.
So she kisses you, and there is like a burst of energy, right? That just flies outward, right? Uh like if you've seen Star Trek 6 when the Klingon moon blows up, right? And it's that big wave of energy that
I feel like
radiates
a
out,
Disney movie would be more appropriate. What are we talking
or the special edition of A New Hope when the Death Star blows up and it has that ring of fire that comes out.
How many people are we killing?
No, hold on. But it is not tangible, right? It like doesn't seem like anybody else in the kitchen sees this, but you feel it, right?
Aw.
And it radiates out through the whole restaurant. So like Sean, where you're like you're almost to the kitchen door at this point, like it hits you dead on and you're just like overwhelmed by this like wave of power, right? And then it gets into the dining room and hits Jackie and Saoirse. Nobody else is reacting, right? Like nobody else sees, like none of the people there in the restaurant freak out, or nobody sees it except for you guys. But it radiates outward in this huge, like just glowing ring of power. And when she leans back from the kiss, she says, "Thank you." And she begins to crumble away in little like parts of her start to crumble off, and she turns into like just dust and falls through your arms into this pile of dust on the floor.
I didn't get to tell her how I felt. How many people are in this kitchen?
There's like 25. Like it's a huge kitchen.
I'm gonna go to the door and lock it.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry, people. This is a bad day. Y'all in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I got a lot of things I gotta work through. And like pick up a knife.
Isn't Sean in there with you?
Sean just gets to the door, as I think like you do get when you're locking the door and you're starting the speech to the kitchen staff, like you can see Sean through the little window in the door into the kitchen. So like I'll let you get it locked, and then you're both like seeing each other on the two sides of the glass for a second before you make a move.
I'm sorry, Sean. I like pick up the knife. I don't think any of this is fair. Do you want to turn to the wait staff?
Sure.
All right.
You do what you're gonna do.
Time to start eating people.
Okay.
So when Saoirse and I feel the wave of like that explosion of energy, he would turn around to her, like just stop paying attention to the Duke. Diablo.
Yes. I think yeah, I'm just gonna stand up. Weird question. Can we tell it's what happened by that, or is it just like a big boom?
I don't
Somebody
think
set off a magic bomb.
Does it feel like True Love's kiss?
I don't
Boom, pop.
I don't know if you've ever felt that kind of power like that before. I mean, like I said, like it didn't do anything bad that you saw. It just was this rush of energy. Like at most it maybe makes you take like a step back, kind of in reaction, but it's not, doesn't pummel you, it doesn't seem to hurt. It's not scorching the flesh off of everyone in the restaurant's bones or anything.
But can it?
I think it's still I want to say it's still enough that we'd be like, that seems odd.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You've never seen this before.
Something bad is happening.
I think Saoirse stands and just says, you two still love each other, talk amongst yourselves, and stands up and starts walking to the kitchen and runs to the kitchen.
Yeah, I'll run along with you.
So you guys get out into the lobby and you see Sean at the door. What are you going to do, Sean?
That is
As
a great
Diablo
question.
slowly, menacingly turns towards the kitchen staff.
Well, My options, I feel like, are shoot him or conjure the ghost of Patricia.
There's two
I mean,
different, very
Tell him to
radical.
quit it.
both are
Um,
amazing options, and I'm
I
excited
know,
about
right?
both options.
Oh, shit.
Can
She's
you
like, I
perform a
leave for
seance on a
1
dead
minute.
Vaesen? Let's try it. What could possibly go wrong?
Exactly.
Can I
Nothing
help?
else.
I feel like Patricia would be like, hey, maybe don't kill all these guys. So, and I'm not in the
Okay.
room. So that's
Sure.
what we're going to do.
It would be awesome if she
I
comes
love
out.
it.
She's like, oh yeah, eat them. That's awesome. Use that Tabasco sauce.
Okay. So, for medium, I'm going to do, let's see, observation, empathy. Okay. All right. Let's do it. Are you helping, Sarsha?
Like, yeah, it'll take
Okay,
you just a
can we-
second to set it up.
Hold on. Can I make a really gross bargain?
Well,
Can we use my automatic writing as kind of a backdoor way to get an instant success on this?
probably not.
Boo. Okay. Because I
Like,
know it's mostly for info, but if I fail it, like, can I choose to fail automatic writing to instantly channel Patricia?
oh,
That would get
no.
weird.
It would.
I mean, I like the idea, but I think it would still have to come down to the dice, because like you're not in control of, like, if you fail, you're not in control of who comes a calling.
That is also true and horrifying. I'm gonna just
Yeah.
help.
Okay.
I'm just going to
Okay.
help.
All right. We're going to give this a try. Dice, do a good one. Okay, we're going to push. Well, it's
Okay.
not good. That was the opposite of good, you guys.
But oh god.
Can I push again?
Cannot.
Okay.
I don't think. Let me double check now.
What if we give you money? Does that work?
We Venmo Dave.
Yeah. Keep
I mean-
throwing money.
I feel like that's a fantastic business model as a GM.
Yeah.
Like-
Be like,
Be like,
guys,
hey,
I have this
I
dragon,
will come
but...
and run a great story for you all, but if you don't like the way it seems to be turning out, I'm open to hints and suggestions. Just put them
Yeah.
in the comments of that Venmo.
I just got like an obscene amount of 5s, and it's not fair.
Oh god.
Let me just double check. That's kind of the problem with having played so many of the games from the same semi-system,
Mm-hmm.
is I keep forgetting.
Please, DM, we'll be good.
You keep saying it's not fair. I have to wonder what your basis for comparison is.
Please.
No, I think it is just the one.
Just the one. All right. Well, on a failure, you're given inaccurate information, attacked, or suffer a condition.
Oh no. Is this getting worse?
Yeah, delightfully worse. So
Aw,
okay,
fuckles.
one more time. What are the possible negative things I can choose from?
Inaccurate information, attacked,
Okay.
or suffer a condition.
All right. Let's say
Possessed. Get possessed.
no, that's your power, not hers.
I mean, that's a form of attack.
So here's what's gonna happen. Okay. You start to try. You're focused on bringing back Patricia, right? That's your focus of this whole seance. And it feels like it's almost like you're trying to grab onto like a soap bubble, right? Like you feel Patricia floating near you, and you reach out and grab it, and it's just gone, right?
She's like, nah.
Instead, however, you pull your arm back from trying to drag in Patricia's essence or spirit, and instead you pull through just like a fistful of viscous darkness is the best way I can describe it.
Oh, good.
Like it is ice cold. It feels like if you reached out into outer space and grabbed a hunk of it and it was gloopy, and pulled it back through the barrier between the spirit world and ours, right? And it's on your hand because you've pulled it back. So go ahead and mark wounded, because like
Okay.
it's so cold it feels like you've grabbed onto like a hunk of dry ice, like that. And so your hand is wounded now, but you've got this gob of this stuff in your hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Like, how cold is it?
like it's real cold. Like you definitely should not hang on to it for very long. Like,
Okay.
I feel like she's gonna hang on to it.
Wants to keep the thing, also wants to punch the door with the thing.
Smear it on the door.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like I gotta throw it at the door.
okay.
Like at the window of the door. Because
Sure.
like super cold, like supernatural goo maybe shatters glass. I don't know.
All
Also
right.
get it off my hand.
So you just fling it at the window, and you're standing right there. So I mean, this is not a difficult test, right? You get it splatted onto the window, and it immediately, like, the window fogs up, right? Like, and then you see that the condensation that appeared on the window then begins to freeze, and then a second later, the window glass itself actually cracks, and then shatters, right? Like somebody hits a liquid nitrogen banana with a hammer, right? Just kind of shatters into a bunch of pieces. And the gloop that was on the window is just there. Like the glass has shattered away, but it's just in the window hole, not moving.
Did we do good?
Okay.
So I'm seeing. Did it work? Is that what you were trying to do?
No. I think I'm gonna do something a bit worse. And I would like to stick my already injured hand, because that one's already fucked up, through the gloop to unlock the door.
Oh, all right. Well, go ahead and mark battered
Okay.
as a second condition, because now, like, whereas like the hand where you were holding it, like you've got, like, clearly it looks like frostbite and blisters from it are kind of on your hand. Now it kind of goes all the way up to your elbow, right?
Yep.
And but you get your arm in there and you get it unlocked. When you pull your arm back through, the gloop is now just on your arm.
Damn it.
You're gonna lose the arm.
Oh, this is like Evil Dead.
Did you have a gun with you, Sean?
Oh yeah, there's a gun in my pocket.
Were you able to unlock the door though?
I think so. Is the door's unlocked?
Yeah. You reach
Oh,
through
yeah.
and you unlocked it. That's not a problem. Now that arm, it looks like you're wearing like a elbow length Vanta black opera glove, for lack of a better kind of description. Like,
Ooh, you
it's
just
just
became
all
more
the way up your arm.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like kind of painedly motioning them to go get Diablo. I have to do something about this.
Gotta wash your hands.
And then I'm
Can
gonna
I-
go find a chafing dish to like thwack the gloop off into.
Okay.
Before you go, can I grab the gun out of your pocket?
Yeah, you can have the gun in my pocket.
Thank you.
I'm gonna push through into the room and go to grab Diablo.
Okay.
It's actually probably a garter gun, so she has to like flash you some thigh so you can can have it real quick.
I just grab under your skirt. I don't ask questions.
Everyone's like, what's happening there?
There's like a bunch of shocked looking people in the main part of this.
Was that a
restaurant.
woman's leg?
Don't-
Oh
I
my
just-
god.
The shocking part started with like this weird paranormal thing that just happened, and then this black goo and the shattering window, and now the goo is all up this lady's arm, and now this other lady is just reaching into her dress. I don't understand. Like this is a
Are they
whole.
best are they best pals or something? What
Yeah,
is
we're
this?
just
Yeah.
roommates. It's fine.
Yeah.
I
They're
dive
very
under.
good friends.
I dive under Shion's skirts to grab that gun and pop back up.
But you get the gun, that's fine. But let's get into the kitchen. So Diablo, this has taken enough time that if you were serious about attacking a member of the staff, you will have had time to do so. Unless
Oh,
the
man.
commotion stopped you for a second. Like that's a choice that you get to make.
Oh, this is tough. This is tough, guys. Should I eat these people or not?
I'm gonna shoot you, so you might as well have some fun before you do it.
I know, right?
I'm aiming for the leg.
Okay.
You're already dead. You're fine.
I am gonna tackle you as soon as I get through the door because I think I get to make it through first since she was rummaging through Sean's pants.
You will absolutely get through first. But like I said, like Diablo gets to make his choice before you get in there.
Yeah.
So
I think he's going to slam the knife into a nice piece of meat and just start eating it raw as he
Okay.
thinks like, I'm not my emotions, as chaotic as they are, they do not define me.
okay.
And my lady
But-
would probably be mad, and it'd be hard to be employed if I eat everyone.
But like you managed to you just jam the knife in and rip off a piece of this
Yeah.
gorgeous looking like prime rib, right? Like it's
Oh
the
my
full roast.
god, blood dribbling from my
Yeah.
lips, like whoa.
And there's like a prep chef that is like getting ready to season it to put it in an oven and is like,
Nah, it's good.
all right, sir. Enjoy. And he kind of takes a couple of steps back, and that's when Jackie comes in. Into
Diablo,
the room.
what are you doing?
She left. She
What?
said,
Where did she
"Thank
go?"
you," and left. She turned into dust.
You
Oh.
killed her?
No, I kissed her. Is that what happens when I kiss people?
No,
Oh,
no.
God.
No, I don't think so. No.
I don't know what to do, man. I'm eating this thing and it's like ice cream. I think it's really just like helping me push things down. And I want to eat these people, but I was also like, that's probably bad. I'm just very off, man.
I'm just gonna hug you.
Oh. Thanks. I just really thought she was I don't know. I guess it's cool that she found salvation, but where's my salvation? How come
We
I'm
can still
left
get
here
there.
in this horrible place and with these urges and with sleepless nights and all sorts of stuff? I thought something beautiful was gonna happen, and I'm glad it happened to her, but I'm jealous that I didn't get to go with her.
I get that, but you still got time. We can figure out how to. We can find you your salvation, Diablo. You don't. There's still hope for you.
All right.
And for what it's worth, I'm sorry.
Thanks. I'm sorry too. I think I scared these people. You guys are cool, right? I wasn't going to do anything bad to you. I was thinking about it, but nah, we're all wait staff. We know how it is. What's up?
like you see, there's a couple of people in there that are like they're standing there not working and they're just staring like what
Like, what's happening?
This guy ran in here after a lady and then she's gone, and like they're pretty sure she ran out the back door, but then he like freaked out and came over and locked the kitchen, and then the kitchen window's broken, and he picked up a knife and has started to just eat a prime rib raw, and now that he's hugging some other customer that has come in the kitchen. Like,
You'll understand when you're older.
This is definitely a day that will be long remembered in this kitchen.
Yeah,
for
It's
sure.
Like, you remember that time, that weirdo?
So, yeah, I like you guys are cool. You can exit the kitchen.
We're cool. We're cool.
Gotcha. Let's go to Sean.
Yes.
Your intent to get rid of the ook.
Yeah. I need a container of some sort. This place is a restaurant. It's full of containers.
Yeah, you could find like an ice
Tupperware.
bucket. You could, you find something next to a table. That's not hard.
Okay, great.
So go ahead and roll a force physique.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Okay.
What?
With my conditions, I have 0 dice.
You can never have 0.
Okay.
It's always at least 1.
Okay.
Thank Bob.
Well. It's a 5.
Oh, you
These
you
fucking
are-
5s.
you're the mistress of 5s. Like it's just
It's
Oh,
all
man,
sorts
okay.
of unfortunate.
all right. So you get to like this ice bucket next to a table, right? And like the bottle of wine that was in it, like you just knock it out of the way and you go to like fling your arm towards it. But this thing isn't coming off, right? So go ahead and mark exhausted.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's good or bad, but it doesn't seem to be hurting as much anymore.
Cool.
That's
You
bad.
know?
It's
This arm
bad.
is toast.
Yeah, that's it's not great. Think yeah.
In that case, she's gonna wander back over to Sorsha and go, I think I need to get to the infirmary kind of immediately.
Okay. It looks like Jackie and Diablo hugged it out, and I don't need to stop whatever's happening there. That's
No,
fine.
they're like walking out of the kitchen as this happens.
Yeah, it's like you hear Celine Dion's like "I Will Always Love You" playing in the background.
Yeah, it's real poster for the Lord of the Rings shit. I would like okay, would a medicine roll do anything
Absolutely, maybe.
to
Let's-
help?
Absolutely,
Sean.
maybe.
I mean,
Wait, what?
it depends on the roll. Like the roll could help, but you could whiff it and it would be not
I'm
helpful.
about to make it worse.
Can I help by giving her like the bucket and some tongs or something?
Yeah.
Help
can grab-
get it off.
You're like, here's ice tongs.
I was gonna say, can I wrap my hands and like in something and try to pull them off the stuff? But you know, we're gonna roll. We'll figure it out. It's
I mean,
fine.
it's definitely a restaurant that has like linens, so you could pull a tablecloth and try and do that, or napkins.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna kind of like bundle my hands in like a tablecloth. I've just pulled one off of the table. Someone like it would be like that magic trick, but I am not that precise.
Sure. like all their stuff fell over, but you pulled off.
Yes, I still roll 5 dice. Like, it's not a bad roll for me.
Okay.
1 success.
Okay. So
This is what I used my points for. I knew I would need it.
Hell yeah.
so you reach with this tablecloth and like grab on just above the elbow, right? And then you kind of like make a move like you're trying to peel this glove off, right?
I instantly regret suggesting that now that I think about what's gonna happen.
I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So you you pull, and it seems to like it's really hard, like you're struggling with it, but then it gives, right? And as you pull it back, you see that like it's there's no skin underneath it anymore. It's just the black stuff. So you
Something
can
has gone wrong.
yeah,
Yeah.
it begins to like seep blood, and you know.
Abort.
Fuck.
So,
Maybe just leave it.
I
the
put it
white
back.
tablecloth
leave
is
it.
now just bloody, and you're
Just like-
you're holding this thing like and it's kind of like
I put it back.
yeah, you could totally like you
Glove
make the motion
shot.
to you kind of like do like the like tube of toothpaste squeeze up the arm again,
Squelch.
and it covers it over, and it's just there. And it seems to like there's a little bit of residual blood, but it's not bleeding actively anymore.
Okay.
Cool. So this is just my arm now.
This is just your
Yeah.
arm now. Well, I think
At least it matches my outfit.
I have to check on something. I don't know how it's going to go, and I would like to walk back to the table with the Duke and the Duchess.
Okay.
It's like, how y'all doing?
You're like,
I think our
you-
evening's over.
Are you bringing the bloody tablecloth?
I probably don't put it down. I'm also probably
Okay.
holding a gun.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like Miss Ella has departed. Are you okay?
When you get back into the room with them, like the Duchess is sitting on the Duke's lap, and they are like
Aw.
straight
Excellent.
making out, right? Like it is a whole thing.
I'll leave you
And both
kids
of them
alone.
kind of like wave an arm at you like go away.
Yeah, I think that is our cue to exit, and I'll just let's go. Like wave it at everyone to start heading out.
Wrap it up.
Go. Leave. I'm gonna take one of the decanter of whiskey with me, just
Okay.
because
like
at
one
this
for the
point, why
road?
not?
That's your
yeah, one
walking
for the road.
whiskey.
They're fine. I'm not driving.
Yeah, we've been
It's my
through some
walking
stuff.
whiskey. I also help myself to the champagne. I'm just double fisting. Let's go.
Had a tough day, I guess.
Listen, yeah, it's antiseptic.
Yeah, I'm gonna need some of that champagne to deal with the fact that this is my arm now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I will give you a choice, Sam. If you want to mark broken, you can. That kind of takes you out of the scene until we get back to the house. Like you're not going to get to make any more choices because you're just kind of in shock, right?
Yeah.
But if you mark broken, that gives you a chance to roll on that like possible
cool.
get special powers.
You could be dead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close anyway. I feel like seeing her arm half degloved, it would probably
Sure.
not make her faint, but she's not making any choices now.
Sure.
She's gonna
That's
take
fair.
that champagne straight to the dome and leave thoughts behind.
Gotcha.
Just a good weekend.
Yep.
So you guys exit the restaurant. and you can
It's a
totally
good
take one of
first
the
outing.
cars back to the house. But before it gets any later and I forget again, this is a great place to take our break. So while you are on the road back to the house, we're going to take our little 5-minute or so break. For those of you watching live, we'll be back in just a minute. For those of you watching or listening later, it's going to be real fast.
It's gonna be like
so
magic.
we will return short. Come back. We resume after the car ride back to Rose House.
The awkward car ride.
That is a little weird, yeah. If anybody bumps into Sean's arm in getting in and out of the car, it is very cold. It doesn't seem to be wound you cold anymore, but it's definitely like icy, right? Like it feels cold enough that you could probably chill a drink with it if you stuck your fingers in. Kind of cold.
Cool.
There's a silver lining there, I'm sure. You can't water down the whiskey.
I suppose
true.
that's true. So you get back to the house, and Hawkins lets you in. And he immediately like gives you the best George Takei, oh my, when he sees you come in. But they get you up to the infirmary where you can settle in and take a rest. So here's a question for you as a player. Would you want whatever curative process to restore your arm back to human fleshiness, or would you want to keep it like the void?
It's me, so keep it the void.
The void.
I just want the void not to kill me.
Sure. Very good. That's fine. But we'll still we can do the roll here to see.
But I think our physician gives us something cool, right?
I believe you are correct. Yes.
Like physician, earn your keep.
Automatically treats broken in 2 conditions. Yeah.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Oh, hey.
So he will take 2 of your physical conditions and
Sweet.
broken away.
Aw, good for him.
Thanks, physician
now,
guy.
the question that remains is, do you want to roll on the risky table?
Do it.
I mean, sure, yeah, let's tempt fate.
Okay.
What's the worst that can happen?
What's the worst that can happen?
Mm-hmm.
You get to that page. Okay. So go ahead and roll a d66. So like roll 1d6 as the 10th place and 1 as the
Okay.
1's place.
All right.
And we'll kind of play this a little bit off the table, but we'll edit it to be arm related.
56.
Okay. Let's go ahead and make it that your arm, because it would be like a cracked skull if we just used the injury table as written.
Okay.
But let's make it that it's more like your arm is not as strong as it was. So if you make a physical roll with something to do with that arm. Like if you're trying to grab onto a ledge with that arm and not fall off a building or something, you're
Mhm.
gonna be -1
Okay.
with it. But if you can figure out a narrative way to include the arm in your conjurations, I'll give you a +1.
Ooh.
Nice.
Because it's the right kind of creepy for an occultist for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
You can wear like a cool like lace glove and be all like, wow.
And the more time that has passed, the more it looks like less glovey and more like just almost like if you put your hand into like a vacuum machine.
We've all
and
done that, yep.
Okay, but like just imagine, if you will, that then when the machine starts, it it sucks the plastic down to be the shape of your hand, but the longer you leave it, the more like that shape becomes like your actual skin and your knuckles and all that.
Yeah, like the more
So-
detail that shows. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what has happened now. Like it
Cool.
looks less glove-like and more like it's just you.
Sweet. I love it. It's now my
All right.
favorite arm.
Everyone should have a favorite arm.
It was the other one.
It's like this arm does
Ooh,
magic.
what are you gonna do, other arm, to step up your game?
Step
I
up
know,
your game,
right?
right arm.
Just
All
be
right.
better.
Cool. So we've got that resolved. The back alley doctor has managed to help you out. Nobody else took any physical conditions, right?
Oh, except my heart.
I had a great night.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
I still had some conditions left over from before I went and got myself all beat up. I was angry
Okay.
and frightened.
Uh,
I
well,
should
those
probably
are
try to
mental.
clear some of those. Yeah.
Okay, so you do have a new thing that helps clear mental conditions, I think.
Hmm.
What, talking it out? Because we're not going to do that. That's silly.
No, you specifically bought a flagellation room.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
That's a whole thing. So anybody
Yep.
that would like to avail themselves of that room.
Oh, yeah. I'm in that room. Let's do this.
I think it's only one of us per thing, right?
We
Is
can't
it?
both
Depends on
fit
the
in
level.
there.
One at a time.
We can whip each other. I don't know.
One at a time, boys.
It's specifically
Self-flagellation,
self.
Diablo. Yeah, one player character per level can gain +1 to their mental recovery roll.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. What
So,
hurts the
yeah.
most?
You can totally do that. If you want, if you don't, you can just make the roll without. Like you're not forced to use it, but
Yeah, I'm wondering if I want the +1 that bad.
yeah.
I will throw out there. I think I actually have a skill that's good that helps mental recovery, but I've got to double check because I might be lying.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, people that roll empathy inspiration, that can help recover a mental condition also.
One
Like-
moment, please.
Give someone a motivating speech about how we're in this together and we like to fight the Vaesen, that
Mhm.
kind of stuff.
Stop trying to fuck the Vaesen. This is what happens.
We're supposed to
Trap.
fight the base.
No, listen, you did right, man. You saved that lady's from eternity as a Vaesen.
I
Yeah,
want to know what the
whatever.
deal was that got broken by the kiss. We'll never know now.
Maybe at some
I
point
just
you'll
want to
find
know,
a
like,
Fae to ask. I don't know.
Dave, have you seen Disney movies?
Yeah.
Because you kept describing Alderaan being like destroyed during the kiss, and I was just like, What?
It was that ground shaking, a kiss.
Maybe
That's
the end of
what I meant.
Rapunzel would have been a good option. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it was
no, I don't have
very-
that skill.
It was very cinematic.
I think you just roll inspiration.
Yeah. Yeah, just empathy, inspiration, and kind
Yeah,
of explain what
that's
you're
if
doing.
we sit down and chat it, like talk it out.
Do you
Yeah.
want to sit down with Saoirse right now after everything that's happened and also as much whiskey as she's had?
Yeah.
Sure, it's fine.
Yeah. That's the perfect time to sit down and have this
Actually,
discussion.
probably a good time.
Yeah, she may not. She'll give me great advice and then won't remember that I told her all these personal things.
Absolutely.
Ooh, perfect.
I would like to. There's no good there's a psychiatrist we can just get on staff.
Right?
That would
Nah.
probably be a great idea.
I'm the psychiatrist now.
Beautiful.
Look at me. I am the psychiatrist.
having had a great night, to be honest. So she is just like ready to go back to the library and play with this new table.
I gotta tell you, Saoirse, I wasn't. I don't know. I never felt like this before about nobody. You know, it's just. I really was worried about him.
He came out fine in the end. He's nuts. You know that, right? Absolutely
in, like-
insane.
Right, but in like, I don't know how to describe it. It's in an endearing way.
Yeah, like a three-legged dog. Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I had a dog
it's-
like that named Lucky.
something so broken you can't help but love it.
Yeah, you know, you get it then.
That makes more risky.
And I just have to, you know, it just hurt. It just hurt that he didn't see that back, you know?
Well, have you told him how you feel? Because I feel like the whole conundrum we've been having is you're assuming everyone knows how you feel about everything.
I mean, I'm an open book. It's right there on my face.
Search like, boops your nose. I don't see it. And sometimes people don't see things in front of them. You have to use your words, all of them, and your weird loopy way of talking. Right?
All right. So
But
I
you
gotta
have to-
just say how I feel more.
Yes. You have to use I feel statements. And Saoirse like reaches into her pocket and hands you a pamphlet. Doesn't matter what one.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I feel statements. I feel like I missed an opportunity to shoot a dead thing in the face and to see what would have happened if I did. And I feel disappointed. Now you try.
All right. I feel like I should have been nicer when they said they was my wife and I didn't want to hold their arm.
But who is your wife? Oh, are you married?
No. Never been.
Who's your wife?
Well, no, it's just he said it, they said they were my wife and
You were playing. Oh,
and I was
well,
and I was kind of rude about it. I should have been nicer about that.
could be nicer. You're very guess you're polite for an American.
Thank you.
Well, yes,
I was raised right.
all right. Now, what you have to do is say that to Diablo, right?
I don't know. I feel like that might be crossing a boundary.
Is it
You sh-
being kind to your friend? And she like grabs both your face, like with both hands, in that way that one does.
Mhm.
And she, if you life is very, very short and very, very fast for most things. You do
Right.
not want to be like the thing that crumbles when it finds real love. You should
True.
embrace it now. And she like shakes your face as she does it. And like thrusts you away.
Oh, all right. So
That is a man up there who truly understands the love language that is service and acts of great drama. There's a book on this.
they're a good wrestler too.
Yes. I think you need to do something big for him. A grand gesture.
I don't know about that. Are you sure?
Yes. Listen to your elders.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I'm older than you.
You are not, I promise. Now,
Oh.
and she pats you.
No, you froze.
Oh,
I
there.
think you should know.
Oh, you're back. Oh, you were.
Bye.
Am I back?
I think Saoirse passed out.
I know, right?
Wait. We don't see you moving, but I keep hearing you.
Bye, I
Yeah.
guess. Figure it out. Yes, and Saoirse passes out. I can
Okay,
hear
you're-
you. I just
Yeah, we can
can't,
hear you
it's
now.
kind of in the back.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Excellent.
Better, yeah.
Yes. You get two options. Saoirse passes out right there. Or she finishes with, you should go up and do a grand gesture. You should serenade him. All cowboys can play guitar, can't they?
I could try to figure it out.
You should do that. Excuse me. And she vomits into a vase.
Into a Vaesen?
Just a vase, whatever's around.
Oh, darn it.
Yeah.
A potted plant.
Sure.
Oh, I feel better. You're here. Did you want something?
All right. No, I think you helped enough. I appreciate that.
Excellent.
Actually, I think you have to roll to see if you can clear
I
my
should roll and see if that
Yeah.
actually helped.
Does
I
it?
feel like
Good-
that was an
good talk,
inspiring
good talk.
speech. Good talk.
Good talk.
What's the roll? Inspiration.
Empathy. Empathy inspiration.
All right. I've done very well in only rolling things I'm good at. Jesus Christ. So many fives. That did nothing. Wait, can I push? Can I push myself?
Yes. But you mark
Well,
a
you're just
condition.
gonna take a condition to clear my conditions.
Okay. I pushed
I can-
one success and I think I'm not okay. I think I will take
Okay, I think I get to roll. There's like a roll I can make, right?
one success. I am exhausted.
Okay. So you re-rolled all your dice that weren't successes before.
Oh wait, I get to re-roll all of them?
Yeah,
Fuck,
that's
Yeah.
what the push
second.
does.
I thought for some reason I thought you
Mhm.
only got the one. 1 second. Let me re-roll
Oh,
everything
no.
again.
Anything that wasn't already a success, you get to re-roll.
1 success.
Okay.
So you can clear a condition, Jackie.
Okay, I'm no longer angry.
Okay.
What's the roll that I can make to try to get rid of a mental condition? Is
Thing. It's the inspiration empathy.
I try to inspire myself?
Oh, for you to clear your own?
Yeah.
Well, just like even just spending time, I think if you just spend time with your fellow friends in safety, you can.
Okay.
Hold on. And we double check.
Let's see.
I inspired you. No.
Yeah, but not
Me
your
water.
own.
You've been booped. Enjoy.
You got booped.
Oh, okay, so I just have to rest.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up to my room and I'm gonna write a song to clear my frightened.
Oh, okay.
Is it-
So you can also engage in an activity, which is something that your character likes. Like even sitting down to have the conversation, right, with someone, just chilling.
Yeah.
Going out and having a drink. Like when Saoirse went to pray at the church, like something like something like that. It will clear
like
two
naked
conditions.
wrestling?
Yeah, friendly naked wrestle would absolutely count as an activity. So much room for activities.
Did you have any mental conditions, Clara, or was it just the exhausted that you just took?
I just took it to get. I took it to get to cure yours, and I think that's a valid thing to have taken at this point.
Yeah.
As I dug myself into that hole.
All right, so he goes and tries to write a song to put his feelings down, and I think he's going to do that to clear frightened.
Sure. You can actually
I'll
clear
look
two
up. I'll
conditions
look
if
some
you
old
had two
cowboy songs. I only have the one left.
Okay.
Saoirse gives great advice.
Horse, save a cowboy.
That's fine. So anybody else that has any conditions, if you want to come up with an activity, you're welcome to do it, and it'll
I'm
clear
just
that.
crying underneath Lady Sean's bed. Gonna make it her problem.
So you all at various points of the night are settling in for bed, right? Like after you've taken a little while and chilled, or cried under the bed, or written a song, or filled all of the collectibles in the house with vomit, whatever your activity to relax is. You guys are all settling down for bed. And you hear from out front of the house, you hear a sound that you're all familiar with, but you haven't heard in a long time. Well, in a while anyway. You hear the sound of clattering hoofs and like a carriage on the street passing by outside.
Santa Claus?
Is anybody going to look out the window?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I
to
mean-
the front step. I'm gonna say hi to whatever's out here now.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I'm gonna die.
That's a choice, and I like it.
I think my room overlooks the front, so
Yeah, it
I'll
is
just-
very easy
Yeah,
for you
same.
to do so.
I'm certainly gonna poke my head out, be like,
I have to look up a whole different mechanic. Hold on.
This game wants us to take stupid risks and steal shit, so I'm gonna do that.
hashtag goals.
Hashtag goals. I'm all about the Luda narrative.
I stole a piece of the void.
Yeah.
Now it's my arm.
Yeah, we're gonna
Mhm.
get hella XP for that. We get the same amount of XP for everything we take.
Okay. Okay. So, you all look out outside, and clattering by is this this it looks like it's made entirely of silver carriage, right? But like that would be impossible, right? Because that would be too heavy to actually function, right? But it certainly looks like it. And the curtains on the carriage are drawn, and they are like super deep, like crimson red. And the horse that is pulling this carriage is freaking massive, right? Like full on, like the 105th percentile Clydesdale size, like huge horse,
Ooh.
Hell
right?
yeah.
And the driver of this carriage has no head, is sitting on the bench in the front, and he's not whipping the horse, but he's got that long stick with the little thing, and he's keeping the horse going down the street. And you see hanging from like the lantern hook next to him, you see there's what looks like a lantern at first, but it's actually like a clear glass jar, really, and inside the jar is a skull, and from the eyes and mouth is just this bright red light that's shining forward. And the horse's hooves, everywhere they hit the ground, they're like throwing a shower of sparks. And the wheels of the carriage are glowing red hot. And like you can like it's so hot you can smell it in the air, like that kind of heat. And you can even feel it, especially Saoirse, if you've thrown open the front door to look, that's what you see. However, you all have to make a fear test.
Oh, no.
Oh yeah.
So
no.
you roll either logic or empathy.
Okay.
Mhm.
Flat.
Is that
And
it?
yeah.
Oh, snap. Okay.
But you can add additional dice equal to the number of characters in this scene. So you're all here, so you can add 3 additional dice.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I got 1 success.
Oh, and everybody roll 1 bonus die for the house.
2 successes.
Still 1.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
1.
All right. So 3 successes, like you're shocked at first, right?
Mhm.
Especially because as you throw open the curtain and look downstairs, you see that the skull like rotates almost like the eye of Sauron, right? It rotates and looks at you, right? For a second, but then it quickly moves away and you're like, that's pretty terrifying, but you feel okay. Like you're like, that's
Yeah.
very unusual. I don't know what's happening. It then proceeds to look at Saoirse on the front porch, and you get the same feeling, right? Like, and then it looks away. Its gaze lingers a little bit longer on Diablo and Sean. And you don't know why, but it really feels like something bad is about to happen. Like you get this overwhelming feeling of dread, and you have become terrified.
Ooh.
So
Something bad already happened.
yeah, it's just a parade of bad things.
No, right?
It's a parade of
so-
nightmares.
Go ahead and roll a d6, and that's
Mhm.
how long it takes to regain control of yourself.
4. Is it like hours, I assume? Or
No, it's four rounds. Like if you were
Oh,
in
okay.
combat, it would be round.
3.
So 3 and 4. So it's not going to be very long, right? It's going to take you 30 seconds to a minute to kind of calm yourself, right? And get back under control. Basically, you can choose to do one of 4 things for the next minute. You can choose to flee, freeze, faint, or attack.
I think after everything that's happened today, Sean is just like, her response is freeze. She's just kind of frozen at the window, like and just kind of like confusedly like waves back at it with her now void arm.
All right.
Just
Okay.
like, uh,
Sure.
Say hello.
Then go ahead, Mitch.
I mean, attack, right? That's all he knows.
All
This
right.
guy has the removable head. Let's do this. Or no head. He's weird. So he's gonna
Yeah.
jump out the window.
Oh God.
So
Okay.
did Sam freeze or run?
again.
Freeze.
Freeze.
So
Because I can probably see them, right? Like we're all looking out the windows.
you can see Sean in the window and Diablo like at the window next to her, and then down below you can see Saoirse on the front porch.
Can I, in my infinite drunken wisdom, throw a rock at it?
You
Love
absolutely
it.
can.
Yes.
That's fine.
True Southerner. What is that on my lawn? God
Yeah,
damn
in a full get off my lawn, you feckin' hates.
Mhm.
I would like to throw a rock at it and aim for its stupid head. We're gonna die.
Okay.
We're fine. It's the worst that could happen.
I should have taken the sharpshooter feat.
It like, well, let's go ahead and do Diablo, roll your physique agility to jump out the window. And then
'Cause I don't
Saoirse,
trust
roll physique agility or agility physique to throw your rock.
Can I trade you for precision as one of those
Oh
stats?
yes, you absolutely can. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You can even do
It's not-
ranged combat precision. That's
It's
fine.
not better.
So I did not get any successes.
Okay. So you see that Sean kind of like freezes up for a second, but then you like just grab the window and fling it open and push yourself out, right? Like you're just and you land badly at the bottom of the you land amongst the roses along the front of the house.
Oh God, who put this here?
And
So,
It's called Rose House.
Oh, Rose, why would you call it that?
Call it Thorn House now.
so Saoirse just got done telling me to find a way to tell Diablo how I felt. So I'm going to jump out the window.
Yeah.
okay, so
Welcome to the
agility
revolution.
physique is your roll. So you see Diablo just like fling himself from the window, right? Whee! And land in the
They are
rose bushes
stairs.
down below.
Yeah. You said agility? Okay.
Yeah.
No successes on me flinging a rock at it.
What do
Okay,
you know
I
about
got-
steers?
I got 2 successes.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you like jump, like you open your window and you're not as frantic about it, right? You open
Yeah.
the window, you look for a good spot to land, you like push yourself off, like you kind of use your hands to brace yourself and then you hop to get down,
Yeah.
so it's not as hard a fall.
Yeah.
So you land like on the sidewalk next to where Diablo is in the roses. And then you see like a rock sail by, and like it passes right over the horse, right? and like breaks a window across the street. Like you hear glass shatter, and then like you hear some kind of ruckus on the other side of the street, like somebody's waking up to be like, what the hell?
The hell,
Saoirse
man?
does shout at the headless horseman situation in just old Gaelic, just angry Irish yelling.
Okay. So like the skull like turns back and looks at you on the where you've thrown this rock, and now you're screaming at it. And you can tell that the skull is laughing, right? Like its jaw is moving in a way that makes it like it's clearly got its head tilted back and is laughing in the jar. And the rider's body like takes the thing and kind of motivates the horse, and it picks up a little speed. And like now that like as it picks up a little speed to keep going, the tires, they're not just red hot, but they look like they look like those pinwheel fireworks you nail to a tree and light and do the spin. So like they're giving they look a lot like Doctor Strange teleportals, right?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the effect that comes off the tires
Oh, that's dope.
as it hurries off down the road.
That's cool.
Like you could give chase Diablo, but it's moving faster than you can run.
Yeah, no, I just got my shit brocked, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and mark? Why don't you mark battered?
Yeah.
Because you've got a bunch of thorn scrapes and
Yeah. Oh god, that was.
Jackie starts trying to help you out of the bush.
Oh, thanks.
I jumped out of the window to make sure you were okay.
Thanks.
I don't even know why I tried. I can't.
He's gonna go upstairs.
Sean kind of unfreezes and sees you guys down in the bushes and tries to yell, "Are you okay?" at you. But because she was just traumatized, it comes out in a different language. It's not English and it's not Welsh.
Oh my god, are you fake Welsh?
Real occultist, fake Welsh.
I don't know if either of you
trusted you.
would recognize it, but well, you might not recognize Welsh either.
No.
I don't
Yeah,
think
it's
you
just like
recognize Welsh.
it's like
I'm
just
well,
scream.
I think Saoirse probably hears too, who has a much greater chance of identifying the language.
Oh, that's true.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've heard you speak this language before. It's probably I know
You were
it's-
half asleep.
I was half asleep and now I'm drunk, so I might know it.
You might start putting two and two together.
I might. Can I roll just to find out? What would you have me roll for that?
Like logic learning.
All right, and I'm exhausted, so let's see.
Oh, what languages would he have been exposed to in World War One? Like German, probably.
French for sure.
French.
Mhm.
Probably-
One success.
Did you get a success? Nice.
I got
Okay.
one success.
So that it lets you like identify the language, I'd say.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to think of like a way to what she would if she noticed it, because she's also doing the exact same thing, but it's not a language any of you would have encountered, but you've actually heard her speak it before. But yeah, I think she yells back at you and she says the only phrase she knows in the same language back. Which is like, where is the bathroom? It's like not accurate.
Okay.
I love it. I think Sean looks like kind of panicked for a second. And then she's like, shakes her head. She's like, "Are you okay?" And just yells at you guys.
Yeah, but do you ever answer her question about the bathroom?
Nope.
I've never been better. We have many things to discuss tomorrow. And then I think Saoirse is going to fall asleep, sit down on the front step and be like, "I think we're done with the weird adventure today." You know, when your body just sort of decides, I take a nap right here.
This is the
No,
most
that's
comfortable spot on the earth.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Would you? Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, would you want someone to carry you into the house, like so you're at least beyond the threshold and not like where
Out
the
in the road.
monsters can
I
get
guess
you?
someone can nudge her back across the threshold. That would
We
be
just
smart.
like slowly just
Like maybe the two of
drag
us
her.
together
Roll
just
her.
grab her and like lift her into the house.
Yeah,
Let's roll her over.
bring her to the kitchen. Get the knife.
I still have the gun. I didn't change. I'll shoot you.
Don't be so selfish. God, I just lost someone important to me.
I don't know if you saw, but oh, sorry. I don't know if you noticed, but I jumped out the window just to make sure you're okay, just
Yeah, I saw it. I think. I don't know. Everything's going by like a dream.
out the window.
I forgot to mention a important detail.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I'm so sorry. Like after the carriage passes by, it's like it's riding in a like it's leaving a wake, like if the street was covered in water, right?
Ah.
But it almost like when a speedboat makes a wake, right? Like it sends out that V pattern behind it as it goes. So like there's like a wave of blood that like washes up onto the curb. So like the whole sidewalk out front is just covered in
Oh,
in blood
should
after it
have
passes.
liked that.
Needlessly spooky.
Was y'all ever heard of the ferryman?
Are you asking us now at this very moment?
Yeah, well, I've got Diablo and Saoirse here in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm.
Saoirse. And I'll slap the like whoosh. Saoirse.
What?
Whoosh. Saoirse.
Stop hitting me. I will shoot you.
Okay, that's fair.
I think she'd do it too.
I still have the gun somewhere. What? I'm up.
Well, the carriage carries away the dead.
There are so many psychopomp on this planet thing, plane, realm, that realm. The longer you
Right.
keep her awake, she's like getting into hungover.
I only really heard of the one there, the sort of like a shoot, what's the name? Is it Wells Fargo? Sort of like a Wells
I don't think
Fargo
it's that.
comes by, and sort of like Pony Express that'll come by and pick you up when you're gone.
I mean, does it matter? What more can it take from us?
Nothing took
Take you to the end.
nothing. You don't have to say yes to the trip, I don't think, considering. And she sort of pokes Diablo in the nose.
What the fuck? Why'd you poke my nose?
Oh, she did it to me earlier.
God damn. She's weird.
Damn weird.
I think she meant well.
You don't have to say yes. You never have to say yes.
To the ferryman?
Yeah, there's always a choice.
Oh. All right. Maybe we say no today.
Or feck off, whatever works better.
So as you guys are sitting there for a second, you see like it starts off as like a shadow, and then eventually it's almost like a shadow version of a Star Trek transporter, right? Like it kind of reses in, and like Hawkins, like he like takes like kind of a halting step, and like he looks bedraggled, right? Like he looks exhausted. His hair's not well groomed, and his shirt is untucked on one side, and he like grabs the counter in the kitchen and steadies himself, and then like stands back up, and he looks over at the table and he says, "I'm terribly sorry. That took a lot of effort."
What did?
And then he kind of reaches up in the air and like waves his hand, and like all the shutters along the house slam shut, and the front door, like a big bar, like falls down that you never even really noticed in the masonry around the like falls down. And he says, it took a lot of energy to maintain the wards as that drove past. I will need to rest for a while, but the house is secure for the evening.
Next time,
What
let
was
that bitch in.
It had an immense amount of power.
But what was it?
I'm not entirely certain.
Like Diablo's mom.
What?
What?
Definitely different.
All right.
Talking about
She
my
was
mom.
not in any way as malignant a feeling.
Yeah, Saoirse's not going to be helpful at this point in the evening. Cool. I think Saoirse will pat Hawkins on the head.
And he kind of
I-
stiffens up and tries to fix his hair, and
You did good, kid.
Okay,
Glad
I'm
to
gonna
see a
take
man
her
at the
back
table.
to her room. Let me just like she's just being weird now. Is anyone else feeling that weirdness to her? Just nip this in the bud here.
but
we could task the table. The table knows everything.
before we get into that, I think that's a good place to wrap it up for tonight.
For sure.
Yep.
Nobody should drunk a cult library. Like, it's just a bad idea.
Say it,
Don't
but we're
tempt
gonna
me.
do it.
Is it like we can get Diablo drunk and we can like drunk dial Patricia, but through a seance?
Oh my god. It's
That's like the worst idea ever.
Yeah, why you
That
did
is a great idea. Yes, Saoirse should go to bed before she tries to channel anything.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for episode 8 of London Calling. We will be back with you next week, Monday evening at 7 p.m. Pacific. If you're listening later, enjoy it whenever it comes to your ears or eyes. I have been Kadave, happily along for the ride with all of the silliness that's happening, and all of the dramatic things that are happening too. Yeah, that's been awesome. Thank you all. It's such a delight to have players that just make story go, right? Like, it's my favorite thing as a GM is when players have an idea and are running with it, and I just get to see what cool things are about to happen. Like, it's awesome. So let's go around. Everybody can say their goodbyes. Let's go reverse order. I don't remember what we started at. I'm still full of a lot of steak. So let's start with
I
Sam.
want that meat.
Hello, I'm Sam, also known as Sean Jones, the real occultist fake Welsh person in our game. You can find me on the internets at Red Pandroid on most of the socials, where I don't post a lot because I like to do nothing.
All right, Mitch.
Hi, I am Mitch. You can find me at Mitch S. Bustillos. Next time you'll find me prominently will be at Gen Con, where I'll be at a nice little booth in the exhibition hall, hopefully crossing your fingers with the necrobatic book. So I'll pop over and say hi.
Very cool. Clara.
Hi, I'm Clara. I played Saoirse Sheehy, who's not usually that drunk or Irish. I'm all over the internet as clearly _golden, unless you're into mermaids, in which case mermaid _clarity. Twitter is the best way to figure out what I'm up to, but I don't think I'm up to anything crazy yet. Oh, however, Queen's Court Games Season 2 of the All Night Society has come out, and I think I'm in it. I can't remember anymore. It's been a while since we recorded it.
All right. And then Kurt.
Hi, I've been Kurt Potts. You can find me online at Kurt Potts in most places, Twitter and TikTok most prominently. Tonight I played Jackie, Jackie Princeton, the Texas Tornado. Yeah, he is a boxer with feelings. That's what he's got.
So many feelings.
All right. A huge thank you to the mods in chat people that keep things safe on that end.
Yay.
James and Dorklord Canada and
Entertaining.
Yeah. Yes. I hope you enjoyed the show enough that it kept you going. And a huge thank you to the Patreon folk that send in their money every month to keep Happy Jacks running. And to sometimes buy me a beer, which I appreciate a whole lot because it's pretty rad. I will put up a big thank you to them in a second. And yeah, we will be back next week. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you.